We are live in the Alaskan wilderness where an unbelievable discovery has just been made. Scientists here confirming what appears to be the legendary Bigfoot. It's moving. Get back. It's alive.
From tiny aliens, suspected UFOs and guardian angels, to weird sea creatures and mountain witches. Let's start today's journey where a camera captured what no one was supposed to see: a ghost. Let's check out this clip caught on a home security camera outside a house. You can hear faint footsteps before a blurry figure appears and moves across the screen. Since the video quality is poor, it's hard to make out any details. Is it a prowler or could it be something paranormal? Upon closer inspection, the figure seems to briefly disappear when it reaches the center of the screen. This leaves us wondering if it's just a camera glitch or if there's something more sinister going on. A chupacabra. These two men kept hearing strange voices from their backyard and eventually decided to go check. But what they did not know was that they were in for a surprise. A huge monster was seen running to hide from them, but that did not stop the friends there. They had to go check, and that is when we see the terrifying face. The video ends right there, so let's just hope both of them are okay. An alien. The folks who were used to discovering fishes on the shore were taken aback when they stumbled upon a strange human-like creature that had washed upon the beach. It appeared to be a miniature version of a human, with a slimy coating all over its body and small limbs. The more they examined it, the more it mystified them, especially when they observed it breathing and slightly shifting its eerie body. What do you think it was? A creepy being. While a farmer was out with his goats and cows, he sensed that something was not okay. So he took his camera out and started checking the area. And what he found was this creepy black creature with big horns at the very edge of his property. Even though the creature did not look interested in coming near or harming the man, it was still good that he only recorded the thing and did not try to go near. An angel. This incredible video was taken in Jakarta, Indonesia on September 11, 2011. You can see a radiant winged being that looks like an angel descending from the sky and touching down on the ground before taking off again. When people saw this video, they started calling the figure the Angel of Jakarta. Some people even thought it might be a guardian angel sent down. However, there's always a chance that this might be fake.
A creepy deer. Did you check out that weird video of a goat standing still and staring straight ahead? It's been all over the web and everyone's losing it. Some peeps reckon it might be the mythical skinwalker, while others are calling BS. We ain't got a clue who shot it, so it's all up to our own imaginations.
Hello. She wants to come in.
Damn, one thing's for certain. It's super creepy. Alien in Graveyard. Footage was uploaded by some unknown guy in 2017, and it had everyone in shock who happened to watch it. At first, we see the quiet of a cemetery, but then as the camera rolls on, we catch a glimpse of a bizarre humanoid figure half hiding behind a grave. If we zoom into it, we see a weird being with a huge head and arms. It fits so accurately to what we have in mind for an alien, don't you think? A haunted tunnel. This might be too short of a clip, but a mere second is enough to feel the spookiness of the video. We see a creepy figure emerging from the dark and running straight towards the man holding the camera. And then we see the man running as fast as he can for his life. I'm not going near any tunnels from now on. Rake. A kid was out in the woods when he started hearing some weird noises, and that's when he decided to take his phone out and film it while trying to see what was causing it. And to his surprise, it wasn't just him who was looking for the creature. The creature was also looking for him, and that we get to know when he comes out of the woods and starts running towards the kid.
Bill Dobby. In this video, we come across a mysterious creature that strongly resembles Dobby, the beloved character from Harry Potter. It's quite exciting to think about the possibility of a hidden world of magic existing somewhere beyond our human understanding. The creature's bizarre movements, similar to a chicken dance, and thin legs make it evident that this is no ordinary human. While it's fun to entertain the idea of magical beings living among us, it's essential to remember that such sightings could be the result of various factors, like optical illusions or creative hoaxes. Late night bear snack. In this video, a bear tries to snack on chickens and gets spooked by the owner's shouts. One night, a bear decided to pay a visit to a chicken coop, hoping for a tasty treat. It tried to get in, but the door held strong. Undeterred, the hungry bear attempted to munch on the door itself. Little did it know that the owner, Haley, had woken up to the condition. Startled, she bravely shouted at the bear from a safe distance, scaring it away. The bear fled into the night, leaving the chickens unharmed. Haley's quick thinking and courageous response saved her feathery friends and kept the bear at bay. A wild adventure in the wee hours. The crawling creature. In this short and blurry video, a strange creature is seen crawling on the ground in broad daylight. It's quite unbelievable if you don't see it for yourself. The kids who recorded this were wise enough to keep a safe distance from it. Some believe that this creature could be a skinwalker, a mythical being from Native American folklore, known for its ability to transform into different animals. It's a mysterious and eerie sight, leaving viewers with many questions and theories. If you have any thoughts on what this creature might be, please feel free to share them in the comment section below. Ghost-like figure. In this unsettling video on YouTube, a landowner's trail camera captured an unusual incident on December 19, 2022. The landowner, who owns vast forested land and enjoys hunting, had set up several cameras to record wildlife activity. However, this time something bizarre was recorded. The footage shows a mysterious figure wearing a long white robe wandering through the bushes. It's unclear whether it's a human in a peculiar outfit or a supernatural entity. Though it appears to be a person, the question remains, why was the strange individual wandering in the woods seemingly lost? Spooky trail camera discoveries. A family that recently moved to a new region set up a trail camera near their home to monitor their kids and observe wildlife. To their surprise, in August of 2020, the camera captured a strange humanoid-shaped figure with long, unkempt hair. Speculations arose about whether it could be a Yeti or Bigfoot. The authorities were notified, and numerous experts examined the footage, with some claiming it to be authentic. In another eerie incident, a trail camera in Canada's dense forest caught a massive hand with hairy arms trying to grab the camera from behind. People suggested it might be a Sasquatch or a werewolf.
Grizzly bear attacks caribou. A cougar, an eagle, and this time, a caribou. Grizzlies are no doubt the most determined animals when it comes to feeding their empty gizzards. And coming up with different strategies, they really don't give their opponents a chance to strike back. Drinking water from the stream, the caribou found itself standing in the face of death as a bear was aiming at it, striking with its massive antlers and running off to the other side. Just when the caribou thought it had outrun the bear, there it was again, standing behind the poor animal. Tried to scare the bear off with its antlers. It grabbed it from there, and, well, don't we all know what happened next? Bison versus bear. Giving the spectators a moment to remember everything. A bison and a bear were caught fighting in the Yellowstone National Park. Bison are well known in the US for their strength. Therefore, the bear is struggling hard to overcome the mighty animal. And not ready to let go, it keeps attacking the mammal. And with a wounded back, the bison still sends off the bear. But a bear is a bear after all, and this time with an even stronger grip. See how it's literally dragging the bear in the water in the hopes of getting rid of it. But the bear continues going along by treating the bison like a floating boat in the water. Mountain lion versus hiker. One of the many reasons why not to go hiking in the woods alone. A man was coming out from the dense woods when he felt a stalker behind him, a mountain lion, which followed it on the tracks. At first sprinting out of the woods into an open field, and even though he was extremely terrified, the man played the cougar strategically. And just when the cougar was about to pounce at him, he turned around and roared at the creepy animal.
Oh shit! Hey! Rah!
Not expecting such a response, the cougar quickly hides into the bush, and probably realizing that he does not have a chance, he went off. And that's all because of this guy's great instincts. Crouching Skinwalker. Where many of us deny the existence of cryptids in our world, appearing every now and then, they keep trying to prove us wrong. This time, a resident of a small town in Western Australia captured it. The man, while driving through the forest after midnight, spotted this creature creeping far in the woods. And then, stopping right there out of fear, he was able to record it running right in front of his car. Though it had a humanoid figure, the creature was crouching like a four-legged animal and quickly going out of sight. It did not give the man a moment to digest what he was seeing. So, a skinwalker or an alien caught on the road. Climbing Coyote. One thing is clear, the wild animals won't hesitate to do anything if it ends with them filling their stomachs. Well, because how often do you see a coyote climbing a tree? A resident in Pine Lake captured the coyote sitting up on a tree branch and munching on some berries. Eating them from the ground in the beginning, when it could not reach the yummy berries anymore, it decided to go up. Though it is apparently common, as coyotes are believed to climb up to 18 meters of height, they are rarely seen to
Feeding frenzy. A trail camera captured a thrilling moment in the wild as a crocodile devoured a whole fish in a swamp. The footage showcased the crocodile's powerful jaws and sharp teeth, a testament to the untamed beauty and ferocity of nature. Such encounters serve as a reminder of the complex and diverse ecosystem of the natural world, where predator-prey interactions shape the delicate balance of life. Spain's terror. A cryptid humanoid spotted near Catalonia, Spain, has baffled investigators. The gaunt and skeletal figure, often referred to as the Catalan creature or the Catalan fallen angel, sent chills down the spines of those who witnessed it on camera. The eerie humanoid exhibited quick and panicky movements, leaving viewers questioning its origins. Rumors and theories abound, with some speculating that it could be an undiscovered species, while others entertain dark possibilities like a demonic presence. The creature's extending back seemed to hint at the remnants of a fallen angel's wings, fueling the haunting nickname. Unearthly flying lizard. In the dense woods of the Philippines, a fascinating creature known as the flying lizard or tiny dragon showcases its unique flying ability. While not capable of true flight, the flying lizard jumps up to 25 feet using its delicate membrane of tissue under thin arms. The lizard's remarkable resemblance to a miniature dragon in flight has earned it the title of Tiny Flying Dragon, making it an extraordinary and captivating inhabitant of the Philippines. Noises in the woods. In February of 2013, residents of a neighborhood in northern Oregon reported hearing peculiar and eerie laughter-like sounds emanating from the nearby woods. The noises were loud and echoed through the area, leading some to believe they could be foxes or coyotes. However, others disputed this explanation, as the noises didn't match the typical vocalizations of these animals. The origins of the unsettling sounds remains a mystery, leaving the residents puzzled and unsettled by the strange occurrences. Ghost bird. A woman experienced a heart-stopping moment when she mistook the camouflage of a ghost bird for an innocuous piece of wood. The creature's grumpy appearance and eerie aura unsettled even the bravest of bird enthusiasts. known scientifically as the great potu. This nocturnal bird preys on insects and small vertebrae, blending seamlessly into its surroundings. Though not a supernatural entity, the ghost bird's appearance raises an otherworldly feeling, and its sudden turn towards the camera sends shivers down the woman's spine. Despite the initial fright, the bird's unique characteristics fascinate those who encounter it. Abandoned cars. Nestled in the forest lies the abandoned car forest of Belgium, a graveyard for old cars. Once a designated spot for disposal, these vehicles now rest in various states of decay. Nature has taken over, transforming them into surreal art pieces. Neon-colored flowers sprout from engines, and massive tree roots intertwine with metal, creating an eerie fusion of man-made and natural elements. Despite attracting tourists eager for Instagram-worthy photos, the car graveyard mostly remains a peaceful place, with the original cars removed. It serves as a testament to the passage of time and the relentless power of nature.
A kangaroo fight. Have you ever seen videos of people fighting that go viral online? It happens quite a bit, right? But it's actually pretty rare to come across videos of kangaroos fighting. Well, I recently saw one on trail camera footage. These two kangaroos were squabbling, and it was pretty interesting to watch. The fight started when they grabbed each other by the neck and tried to knock each other over. But in the end, they both walked away peacefully. Pretty cool, huh? A ghost girl. A home security camera in Texas ended up recording a girl dressed in all white walking through the backyard. When the family saw it, they were all perplexed as the girl was not someone they knew or had ever seen. But then, who was it? A ghost? Or just someone pulling a prank? A creepy being. Humans have a natural curiosity that drives them to investigate anything unusual. But in this particular case, a man took his curiosity to the extreme. He heard strange sounds coming from the woods and decided to explore it late at night to see if he could find anything interesting. To his surprise, he stumbled upon a strange creature behind a tree, making weird whistle-like sounds.
What the hell is that? What the hell?
Realizing the danger, he quickly ran away as fast as he could without looking to see if the creature was following him. It seems his curiosity got the best of him in this scary encounter. Amazonian dog. The Amazon rainforest is a place where you can find unique and unusual creatures. People often put trail cameras there to capture these animals. Recently, a rare Amazonian short-eared dog was spotted on one of these cameras. The species was thought to be almost extinct for a while, and researchers were losing hope of finding any. However, this video gave them new hope. The dog was just sniffing around in the forest like any other day. Teams have been sent to locate the dog so that it can be kept safe in a preserve and live longer. A genet. When these pictures went viral online, they really got people talking. They show a little cat sitting on top of some big animals, which surprised a lot of folks. Nobody could believe how chill the cat was about it. Some people even made jokes about the cat being the boss of all the other animals. But then some experts gave their 2 cents and said that the cat, which is called a genet, was likely using the other animals as a lookout point to find prey. That's pretty clever if you ask me. An alien. There was a guy in Brazil who saw something strange on a rooftop while he was doing his own thing and decided to record it. What he captured was a weird creature that looked like a huge ant hanging out on the roof. Some people thought it was extraterrestrial, but to me it looks like a really big ant. Brazil has all sorts of creepy crawlies, so who knows what else is out there, right? The freakiest part is that the creature vanishes right after the guy spots it. What was it doing up there? We may never find out.
Ghost shark. Also known as a chimera, there is a ghost that haunts the deep sea. An elusive creature, one that has existed on this planet for millions of years. The chimera, or ghost shark, is a cartilaginous fish that is related to sharks and rays. However, they exhibit a morphology unlike any other creature. With seemingly only one gill on either side of their body, upper jaws fused to their skull, no scales, and eyes that are backed with a reflective tissue layer that makes them seem to glow in the dark, the chimera has an eerie and ghost-like appearance. They seem to move like ghosts too. as rather than most sharks that generate propulsion using their tails, ghost sharks use their large wing-like pectoral fins to glide through the water, a characteristic more suited to a bird than a fish. However, these peculiar features have a purpose. Although some chimera inhabit coastal waters, many live at depths of over 8,200 feet, meaning that ghost sharks need to be well adapted to life in the deep sea. Their large pectoral and pelvic fins allow them to cover large distances while using less energy. Large eyes allow them to absorb as much light as possible in the sunless depths. And a protruding snout, highly sensitive to electrical fields and movement, allows them to search for prey in the sand. Their behavior of swimming on the ocean floor leaves them vulnerable to attacks from above. But this highly adapted fish has a solution for that too, and protects itself with a large venomous spine that precedes the first dorsal fin. The stitch-like lines that can be seen around the eyes and along each side of the body make up the lateral line system. This allows them to detect vibrations and movement in the water. Like many creatures of the deep, ghost sharks exhibit the zoological phenomenon of deep-sea gigantism. These odd features come as no surprise when considering the Greek word chimera refers to a monster whose body consists of parts of different animals joined together. It's therefore understandable how these fish got their name, possessing the nostrils of a mammal, the spine of a porcupine, and fins like the wings of a bird. They truly are one of the deep sea's most bizarre residents. And the depths still hold many secrets. Who knows what other wonderfully mysterious creatures are out there waiting to be found.
Chilling cry for help. In the video, we witness a spine-tingling moment that no one wishes ever to encounter. We see a woman holding a laundry basket outside her house, about to enter a room. As she approaches the door, she freezes upon hearing a strained voice pleading for help. Followed by eerie moaning. Perplexed, she looks around but finds nothing unusual and eventually enters the room. The video then jumps to a later time after she called the police, who also hear the distressing sound. Despite the thorough investigation, they find no trace of the source. Speculations abound from hackers to pranks, even neighbors, but the truth remains elusive. The haunting cries for help in the video continue to baffle viewers. Mysterious home security sighting. In February of 2021, TikTok user Alyssa Nash 1 shared some spine-chilling home security footage that left viewers puzzled and intrigued. The video features a strange, shadowy figure moving up the stairs past one of the residents. Transparent and amorphous, the entity appears vaguely human in shape before floating out of view. As the video circulated on social media, it caused quite a stir, with many labeling it as a genuine paranormal sighting. Some viewers believed it to be a shadowy figure or even a demon, while others remained curious about the inexplicable apparition. Whether it's a trick of light or something more otherworldly, this dreadful encounter reminds us that the unknown still surrounds us. Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments section below. Mysterious shadowy figure. In this security footage taken in a back alley, we witness some kids taking bikes. But something truly strange happens in the background. A pair of shadowy legs walk by, returning and seemingly reaching out to one of the boys, who turns around in surprise. The figure appears again before the clip ends, leaving viewers intrigued. Paranormal investigators believe these entities may be spiritual beings or lost souls, while others guess they could be interdimensional beings or even aliens. Reports of shadowy people from around the world share remarkable similarities, with some experiencing their presence during sleep paralysis. Though it's fascinating to consider these possibilities, we can always seek comfort under a blankie when spooked, knowing that these shadows can't get us there. Ambush attempt in Russia. On the desolate Russian road, a dash cam captured a sinister setup, a makeshift roadblock with bottles and a tree branch. As two drivers approached the obstruction, strange figures appeared out of nowhere. The comment section buzzed with theories of an ambush attempt. Was it a trap orchestrated by the people in the car down the road, or the mysterious figures on the side? The chilling uncertainty left viewers on the edge of their seats, questioning the true intentions of these eerie roadblocks. It was like watching a spine-chilling thriller unfold right before their eyes. Spooky encounter in Malaysia. Two guys driving through a windy residential area in Malaysia late at night when, out of the blue, they spot something creepy. A person dressed in all white, sitting cross-legged right in the middle of the road. Talk about spooky. Freaked out, they quickly changed their route. The dashcam captures the eerie sight, leaving them puzzled as to why someone would be there at such an odd hour. Was it a ghostly apparition or a late-night wanderer? The mystery remains unsolved. Menacing roadside encounter. In Australia, dashcam footage captured a bizarre encounter on the road. While waiting at a red light, a Mercedes pulled up behind the car. Suddenly, a man jumped out and approached the vehicle with a metal object. The quick-thinking driver swerved off the road to avoid a confrontation. The man stood in the middle of the road, leaving the driver bewildered about his intentions. It remains a chilling mystery. Was it a robbery attempt or something even more sinister? Paranormal figure floating in Russia. A dashcam in Russia captures a puzzling and unsettling scene. A woman drives on a notorious road when she spots a girl seemingly floating in the air, dressed in a long gown. The bizarre sight sends shivers down her spine. The girl disappears suddenly, leaving the driver questioning her eyes and wondering if she witnessed a paranormal event. It's a haunting video that sparked debates about the supernatural, leaving viewers to wonder if there's more to the story than meets the eye. Terrifying roadblock in Mexico. This next heart-pounding dashcam video captured in Nuevo Laredo, Mexico, starts as a couple crosses the border into the country. Suddenly, they encounter a terrifying sight. Cars blocking the road, with people standing nearby. As the driver attempts to pass, a pickup truck appears, blocking their escape. Panic ensues as the people outside bang on the car windows and try to open the doors. It's a roadblock trap set up by a notorious cartel known for stealing from passing vehicles. The driver's quick maneuvers allow them to escape the dangerous situation, but not before their belongings are stolen. It's a hair-raising reminder of the dangers lurking on the roads. The falling tree. On a dark night, a trucker faced a terrifying encounter, a tree falling right in front of his dead headlights. Lightning reflexes saved the day, as he skillfully swerved to avoid disaster. The heart-stopping moment left him pondering the dangers that lurked on the roads. Mother Nature's pranks were no joke, and he vowed to stay vigilant. Each drive held unpredictable surprises, and he would face them with caution and bravery. The harrowing experience became a lasting reminder to approach each turn with utmost care. Braving the open road meant being prepared for the unexpected, a lesson etched in his memory forever. Lost in the shadows. If we let our imagination run wild, this photo could lead us to a whimsical tale. It's almost as if the coyote is having a conversation with the girl, telling her they found something strange in the woods. Living together with the pack in this mystical woodland, she follows the coyote's lead to investigate. They discuss the curious find, and she realizes it's just a camera. In this make-believe scenario, they retreat into the woods, continuing their harmonious coexistence. Of course, in reality, none of this can happen. So we're left pondering the true story behind the photo. What exactly is unfolding between the girl and the coyote? Playful spirits. At the beginning of the video, our attention is immediately captured by the peculiar sight of a hospital bed moving on its own. At first glance, one might think it's just a gentle breeze causing the movement, but upon closer inspection, it becomes clear that the bed's actions are erratic and seemingly independent. The absence of any other movement in the surroundings, like twigs or leaves, only highlights the unusual nature of this phenomenon. Rather than being influenced by external forces, it appears as though an unknown entity is playfully engaging with the hospital bed. Ghost hunting adventures at Stanley Palace. On a daring quest to explore the mysterious secrets of Stanley Palace in Chester, England, two fearless ghost hunters embarked on a chilling journey. This 16th century mansion, built on an old priory site, holds a dark and haunted past, with reports of paranormal activity spanning from ghostly apparitions to mysterious sounds of children. As they navigated the haunted halls, they unknowingly became part of a bone-chilling encounter. Later, upon reviewing the recorded footage, they were shocked to discover a startling revelation. A ghostly face peering over the balustrade, observing them from above. The presence of this ethereal visage only deepens the enigma surrounding Stanley Palace and raises questions about its haunted history. Unexplained sighting. Get ready for some spooky encounters. In this video, people captured some strange moments on their trail cameras. An older couple set up a trail cam to see wildlife, but instead, they caught a ghostly girl in a white robe with hollow eyes, rumored to be connected to a cursed land. This predator was caught stalking a home on a motion-activated trail camera. These sightings leave us with chills and questions, like what could be lurking in the shadows and the unknowns of the wilderness. Mysterious creature caught in park. In this video from the Netherlands, a guy was walking in a park when he heard strange banging sounds. Shortly after, he spotted a peculiar creature hiding behind a tree. The creature was black with a tiny head and body, but it was hard to make out any specific features. The video only captured a brief glimpse of the mysterious being, leaving viewers to wonder what it could be. Many theories have surfaced, but with limited visibility. It's challenging to identify the creature accurately. Watch the video and share your thoughts on this enigmatic encounter in the comment section below. The Thames River Mystery. Penplay, a YouTuber and explorer, set out on a fateful adventure aboard the Emirates airline cable car. Little did he know that fate had a spine-chilling encounter in store for him that day. As the cable car glided through the crisp air, a mysterious disturbance rippled beneath the water's surface. With bated breath, Penn focused his camera on the scene unfolding before him, hoping to capture this strange spectacle for all of the world to see. A creature, colossal yet elusive, made its fleeting appearance, stirring the water's depths with its unseen presence. Debates ignited across social media, with some proclaiming it a whale, while others dared to believe in the existence of the legendary Loch Ness Monster. What do you think it was? TikTok terror. A group of audacious teens embarked on a late-night drive through the shadows of darkness when they became entangled in a creepy encounter. As they crossed the landscape, a humanoid figure, lanky and ominous, materialized before their eyes, sending shivers down their spines. Whispers of the dreaded rake echoed through their minds, a cryptid known to instill terror with its long, razor-sharp claws. People said it was a mere hoax, but slow-motion analysis of the bone-chilling footage revealed telltale signs of something otherworldly lurking in the shadows. Woods of Nightmares. In a harrowing clip, a serene deer peacefully rested unaware of the lurking danger nearby. As fate would have it, a predator's eyes, glowing in the dark, suddenly awakened the deer from its slumber. Fear gripped the creature's heart as it faced an unseen adversary in the darkness. The footage cut off abruptly, leaving the fate of the deer a haunting mystery. Mysterious creature. Ghostly visitations in an Ohio home. In the quiet solitude of her new Ohio home, a young woman found herself entangled in a chilling haunting. Her video diaries captured the subtle changes in her demeanor.
Maybe when I'm done with it, I can send you this.
As she encountered unexplained thumping sounds and eerie shadows. A disturbing presence seemed to watch her every move, leaving her on edge and uneasy. The old oven in the house added an extra layer of creepiness to her haunting tale. As she moved from room to room, the terror escalated, reaching its climax with the appearance of a shadowy figure, its glowing eyes peering through the darkness. UFO or foggy mirage. In the vast expanse of the Canadian sky, a man's ordinary day took a bizarre turn. Hovering between the wisps of clouds, it appeared to be an otherworldly craft, a UFO. As whispers of UFO fluttered through the air, excitement and speculation gripped the hearts of all who had a glimpse of the astonishing scene. Yet, as with many occurrences, the truth proved to be far more realistic. In the thick of the fog, it was revealed stadium lights disguising themselves as something alien and extraordinary. Blood-curdling scream. Once a group of friends set off on a camping expedition, seeking adventure and bonding amidst the wilderness. They pitched their tents in the heart of an isolated forest, a perfect retreat for a night of fun. Little did they know that their escapade would soon spiral into a spine-chilling nightmare. As darkness fell, blood-curdling screams pierced the stillness of the night. Frightened, they grabbed their flashlights and ventured out to unravel the source of terror. Yet, no visible explanation awaited them. Instead, they stumbled upon a grotesque sight, a crude corn husk doll ominously hanging from a rope. The nightmare screams continued, and the eerie presence sent shivers down their spines. I hope they got out of there fast.
Oh, no.
Fox Battle Royal. In a strange twist of fate, a trail cam captured an epic battle of foxes fighting for dominance. It started with peaceful fox frolics, but as the second fox jumped in, the showdown began. The fight raged on for minutes, leaving us hanging, not knowing who claimed victory. The forest's ultimate mystery. The intensity of this encounter made it seem like an otherworldly gladiator match. The ferocity with which the foxes clashed for dominance left us in awe of nature's raw power. A haunting forest sighting. Lost in the depths of a New Zealand forest, a traveler had captured an eerie zombie-like cry that echoed through the night. Drawn to the source of the sound, he encountered an otherworldly being unlike anything he'd seen before. Fear and adrenaline had taken over, and he had fled, capturing only a fleeting image of this enigmatic creature. The heart of darkness had enveloped the traveler as he sought to uncover the truth behind this hair-raising encounter, leaving him haunted by the experience. Turkey Fight Club. A seemingly innocent forest scene turned into a turkey battle royal. Turkeys out of nowhere started attacking each other. Why? No one could tell. The trail cam owner thought it was the coolest thing he'd ever caught on tape. These turkeys proved that they were no ordinary birds, but fierce gladiators of the wild. The sight of these seemingly harmless birds going into a frenzy of feathers and beaks left everyone amused and perplexed. Ghostly reflection. Within the confines of her home, a woman faced an eerie and inexplicable reflection. The ghostly figure with dark hair seemed to cast a haunting gaze over her shoulder. However, her unflinching composure hinted at a demeanor unshaken by the encounter. As the video zoomed in, the chilling image deepened with intrigue surrounding the paranormal visitation. Was it an elaborate hoax, or did she possess nerves of steel, unyielding to the supernatural realm? The Cry of Bigfoot. In the heart of Texas forest, a police officer's rest stop took an eerie turn as an otherworldly bellow echoed through the woods. The sheer volume and haunting quality of the cry left the officer wondering if it could be the elusive Bigfoot. With headphones on, the chilling sound seemed almost beyond reality.
Starting to regret that I stopped at this rest.
A later encounter captured Bigfoot's face, resembling human features, but with an unsettling size and peculiar gap between its eyes. Was this truly the legendary creature, the elusive and mysterious calling out from the depths of the wilderness?
Elephant doesn't like to take selfies. This heart-racing video that will make you think twice before getting too close to the largest land animal. In this clip, a man tries to take a selfie with an elephant, but things quickly spiral out of control. As the man confidently poses with the elephant, the animal's demeanor suddenly changes, and it starts to flap its ears and raise its trunk. Without warning, the massive beast charges toward him with incredible speed and force, attacking the man and stomping over his body. The panic in the witnesses as they watch the man trying to scramble away from the enraged elephant is a chilling alert of the danger that lurks when humans mess with elephants. Elephants may seem docile, but they can be incredibly aggressive and territorial, and it's vital to maintain a safe distance and show them the respect they deserve. Moose isn't a camera person.
O kurwa, o kurwa, opa, hop.
This clip takes you to the remote forests of North America, where a wildlife photographer sets out to capture the beauty of a majestic moose. As the photographer approaches the moose, it suddenly charges at him. With lightning-fast reflexes and sharp survival instincts, the photographer narrowly dodges the attack and runs for his life. The moose is known to be one of the most dangerous animals in the wild, and this photographer just learned that the hard way. Gorilla attacks old woman. Next on our list features a mother gorilla. The gorilla mother was with her kids when the tourists approached her. At first, the mother gorilla seemed calm and didn't react to the group's presence. However, as the tourists got closer and started taking pictures, the mother gorilla became agitated. Suddenly, the mother gorilla lunged forward and pushed the old woman, who fell to the ground. The woman was lucky to have escaped with minor injuries, but it could have been much worse. The mother gorilla could have attacked with much more force, causing serious injuries or even death. Gorillas, like any other predator, can be extremely dangerous when they feel threatened or when their young ones are in danger. This mother gorilla was just being protective of her kids, and the tourists learned a valuable lesson about respecting the boundaries of wild animals. Porcupine bites.
Oh my god, it's so cute.
On number 14 spot, we take you on a journey into the world of porcupines and one man's unfortunate encounter with them. In this video, we see a man trying to pick up a porcupine, unaware of the danger he's putting himself in. He was trying to get the porcupine to raise its quills, while his friends recorded him curiously. As the man tries to pick up the porcupine, the animal raises its quills, warning the man that it's not to be messed with. Ignoring that warning, the man carelessly continues to grab at the porcupine, and in a split second, the porcupine bites his hand. The man screams in pain as he learns the hard way that porcupines are not to be trifled with. These animals have quills for protection, and they will use them when they feel threatened or in danger. Snakebite kills man. Our next story takes us to India, where a street showman is carrying a snake and allowing pictures to be taken with it. One man in particular got too close to the snake and got bitten. Despite getting bitten, the man seemed ignorant and didn't seek medical attention. Tragically, news reports indicate that he lost the battle of life and died later that day. This story is a tragic reminder that wild animals are not to be taken lightly. Snakes in particular are dangerous predators, and their venom can cause serious harm or even death to humans. It's important to understand the risks involved when encountering wild animals and to respect their boundaries. Circus bear. The next dangerous encounter on our list takes us to a circus, where a black bear is performing a skit. The crowd is enjoying the performance as the bear follows the directions of his trainer, dressed up and moving a wheelbarrow. But suddenly, the bear attacks the man and throws him to the ground. The coworker tries to kick the bear, but the beast was immovable. It took several people to free the man, who was severely injured. Bears in particular are known for their strength and unpredictability, making them a dangerous predator. It's crucial to remember that wild animals are not meant to be used for entertainment or treated as pets. They belong in their natural habitat and should be respected as such. Tiger attacks the captor. In this controversial video at number 20, we witness a terrifying encounter between a powerful tiger and its captor. The captor is seen approaching the tiger, attempting to put it in a cage. Suddenly, the tiger strikes, launching itself at the captor with lightning-fast speed and razor-sharp claws. It seems like a certain death for the captor, but incredibly, he manages to escape the tiger's deadly grasp. But the battle is far from over, as the tiger continues to attack the captor, who refuses to back down. With incredible bravery, the captor fights back against the tiger, delivering a series of blows that eventually force the predator to retreat. It's a stunning display of human strength and courage against one of the most fearsome creatures on the bobcat hunts deer. This deer hunter was surprised to spot another one in his backyard camera. A man from Pulaski County shares footage of the bobcat attacking a doe at night. But the thing which shocked him was the size of the cat, as it was way smaller than the doe. Sadly, not a video, but the man shares a series of pictures showing the incredible attack. Here is the deer on the ground, and that's when the ambush predator makes his first move. And at last, a strong bite on the neck, and here it is, the miserable end of the poor fawn. Striking and striking really hard. Here, see how it takes down the venomous rattlesnake with only its paws. Coyote and deer. An injured buck could be seen standing in front of the trail camera, and behind it, there were two small but extremely hungry coyotes waiting for the buck to pass out so they could enjoy their meal. And though awake, it feels like the buck has lost all his hopes for life, as it does not fight with the coyotes approaching it. But it does not always end with the coyotes winning the fight. Like here, when the mama deer realized that a bush wolf had been following her fawns. She stands in front of the camera, gathers her two fawns, and goes off into the forest. And then, after a few moments, the mama deer was seen again, this time running after the coyote and missing it with some inches to catch it. And later, she was caught circling around a bushy tree trying to catch the running coyote, though missed it, but yet saved her babies from the predator. Hyena chases wildebeest. Capturing the herd of wildebeest in the safari, the people were given a surprise by the coyote that came rushing towards them. Though the rest of them follow the rule, stick to the herd, one of them can be seen separating. And taking advantage, the predator started following it, even though taking it a little far. The coyote was still struggling to catch it. Playing the run and chase game for some time, they were both spotted again, but the wildebeest was caught fighting the predator off. But, tired of the chase, the animal met his fate at last. Running predator. Driving near an abandoned town, a man spotted this scary animal walking ahead of his car. Not recognizing it at first, he thought that he had spotted a creature straight from the other world because of its half-bushy body and the scary-looking figure in the dark. And it was when he flashed a light over it that the man realized it was not something creepy, but he had actually spotted a hyena that was looking horrid due to no light present in the area. And the creepy thing coming out of its mouth is the half of a body of a wild animal, most probably a deer, or perhaps a zebra. Wood chase. Long gone are the days when the mountain lion didn't used to interact with people, because now they are often seen encountering hunters, and, well, they do chase the hikers too. Like here, when a hiker came across a furious cougar on the trail.
I promise. I'm going away. I'm going away.
Trying and literally begging for the cougar to leave him, the man headed back, but could not look behind him, because that would be an open invitation for the hungry predator, as it was already waiting for an opportunity to attack the man. Though the video ends in the middle of the chase, the man did mention his safe return when he uploaded the video. And here, there was a bear that was caught chasing the cyclist in the forest. Suddenly coming among the woods, the bear rushed toward the cyclist. Though riding fast, the man was surprised by a fallen tree, and then quickly coming to his feet, he ran towards the right side of the woods, and was luckily saved from the attacker. Strange eyes. These sinister eyes caught on a trail cam have got the people on edge, as they've not spotted anything like this before. Relating it with a wild animal, people suggested that these could be the eyes of a wild boar. But here, I've done it for you. These are the eyes of a wild boar, and here are the glowing eyes caught in the forest. Do you think they match? Some believe that it could be the goat man that was caught on camera, a legendary creature that has half the body of a goat and the rest of a human. But these are just assumptions, as nobody knows for certain whose eyes these were. Mysterious stalker. While the deers have been spotted many times and been stalked by demons and extraterrestrial beings, this one was believed to be one such capture, as the deer could be seen standing near to the unknown animal. So, the people called it another demonish creature that was caught on camera, until the researchers revealed that it was not a ghostly creature, but was actually a wolverine that had been stalking the deer, as they are often caught running after them, like here. Though this one was caught at a different location, it will make you understand the picture easily, as the wolverine could be seen running at remarkably high speed while chasing a deer swimming on the lake. Massive croc. Famous as the man-eating croc, this croc has been in the headlines for quite some time now, as it had killed 2 people in the African village near a national park. Not ready to lose more lives, the villagers decided to tie the deadly croc and send it over to the wildlife center. But they were surprised with the massive size of it, as it was a full 2-meter-long crocodile. Furious with the villagers tying it up, see how the beast fights with the strings, trying to free itself. But luckily, the wildlife workers arrived in time and took the killing croc to a better place, where it will stay away from innocent people. Stuck in tree. These people, while taking a stroll in the woods, were shocked to see the miserable scene, as they spotted a fully grown moose strangely stuck between the 2 trees. Ascending quickly, thinking that there might be a chance to save the poor elk, they were disappointed to see that it had already expired. But what could be the reason that the elk had to end up like this? Well, it turned out that the huge animal was running at a speed of 40 miles per hour. Therefore, it could not determine the distance between the 2 trees and became the source of its own misery. And here, trapped in a tree, was nothing left of the buck other than its antlers, as the rest of the body had been eaten by wild animals. Stalking creature. Reaching the top of the hiking mountain, these hikers had no idea that they had another companion. Recording the incredible views, one of the girls could be heard asking the other about the creep in the woods.
Oh my god, that's crazy.
And there it is, a humanoid brute. Though standing on the other side, he has his eyes on the hikers. Not blinking for a second and taking his eyes away from the group, it feels like the cryptid is planning a strike. But disappointedly, there could be a possibility of the video being edited. And if not, what could this creature be? A gorilla. Gardner, Kansas is known to have a mountain lion, so some people decided to install 2 trail cameras, and they saw some unexpected weird images. A gorilla engaged in a bloody struggle with a terrifying being. To our surprise, a mysterious entity that appeared to be a human and wolf moved through the area using a walker. The search for the mountain lion took an unexpected turn, entangling it in a strange, wild encounter. Discovered a monster. This photo can scare you all. We believe it to be a photo of a monster trying to hide its face with a veil. The dark night intensifies the details of the monster. What lies beneath that concealed face? Come along with us as we set out on a quest to discover the mystery surrounding this frightening creature. But be careful, once revealed, the monster's face can frighten you in your sleep for the rest of time. 3 mountain lions on a stick. You'll be surprised to know that this trail camera captured 3 mountain lions standing on a stick. You may think it is artificially created because how can 3 lions stand on a stick? But believe me, this camera found this incredible shot. The first lion is roaring and the last 2 are gazing with shining eyes. Stay tuned to our journey into the wild as we explore the world of these magnificent creatures. Human-like wild creature. Be prepared for a strange encounter. In this image, a being with a human-like body stands tall, but its head distinguishes it from the rest. It is perfectly still, a mesmerizing sight. What lies behind its unusual appearance? Is it a being from another world? Or maybe a creation of nature's enigmatic design? As we gaze upon this mysterious figure, we are reminded of the vastness of the unknown. Bald eagle versus alligator. In our journey of struggle, we found a bird stuck in the water. A bird becomes entangled in a watery fight. It struggles to escape its underwater cage and resembles an eagle. It makes every effort to liberate itself, but it never succeeds. But the question is, was it just stuck there? Or was it something else? And the mystery unfolds as we see an alligator approaching. But unfortunately, the video did not end as we were all thinking. The gator got hold of the eagle and last. A horse versus alligator. We've brought another amazing adventure of wildlife for you. Just see this black horse grazing peacefully. But this peace is short-lived. Can you see the alligator behind him? The horse attacks the alligator after eye contact for a few seconds. We can hear the sound with horseshoes clash with scaly skin. It is another battle of survival and strength. Muscular mountain goat. You can definitely not miss this one. Have you seen an animal like a bear from the back and goat from the front? Well, if not, then take a look at this muscular mountain ghost. It's like a polar bear because of its bear-like shape and white color, but it has a face of a goat grazing in the wildlife. This contrast between a bear and a goat shows the wonders of nature. A plant versus a deer. We've seen animals fighting with other animals, but let's see a battle of a deer with a plant. This video draws our attention to the deer with a plant stuck in its antlers. The deer tries its best to get rid of this problem, but it seems no success. Isn't it a beautiful scene to see? A bear-like creature. Look at this remarkable picture. Doesn't it spark curiosity? A bear-like creature stands on a single leg. Its face is indistinct. It remains a mystery with no distinct features. What secrets lie behind its hidden face? We're drawn into the mystery of this enigmatic creature. Massive predator walks on trail cam. Buckle up as an unknown shadow that is intriguing and enigmatic appears. We are perplexed by it because of its short tail, large legs, and fuzzy body. It might be a badger. The disparity in color only heightens the intrigue. Let us know what you guys think about this one in the comments below. Is it really just a badger or some other undiscovered creature? Rain nearly drowns the trail cam. It was a stormy night and the trail camera received a lot of rain. The camera's ability to be submerged in water was tested. The apparatus was almost drowned as water dripped down it. Even though this one clip isn't like the other ones in today's list, still, it's no less disturbing or weird. I mean, what's weirder than a trail cam literally drowning? Big bear sticks tongue out. Take a look at this amusing short video of a large bear showing its playful side. It displays its playful attitude by sticking its tongue out with a cheeky look. We laugh in response to that bear's amusing action. Ghost animal. Either this is the case of a hybrid animal or a complete ghost animal species. A man, while driving through a forest at midnight, discovered a very unusual looking animal passing by just a few meters ahead. Its lower body was similar to that of a wild boar, and a really wide neck having black and white stripes similar to that of a zebra. This horrible-looking animal was carrying away what looked to be a similar-sized wild feline predator in its mouth. Its body language gave the onlooker the vibe of it being too dangerous to confront. It puzzled the recorder, as he had never seen something like it before while using the same route several times. Alien birds. If this is an actual bird, then it's most likely one of the most ugly ones of them. A house that was under construction near a forest in Visakhapatnam, India, was taken as a home by a small group of these alien-looking birds. Not able to believe what they saw, the construction workers managed to record this clip. These birds had a similar body size to that of a chicken's chick, while having alien-like facial features. Judging from the size, it is believed to be the offspring, which the owner wanted to remove, effective immediately. Creature in forest. This could be anything from an alien to a very strange-looking woman that was found sitting down in the middle of a track and seemingly crying. The creature had extremely long fingers that are quite pointy on the ends, with a broom-like hair coming out from the head. It was covered in a really strange dark color, which is believed to be mud. It sparked numerous theories and debates regarding the true nature of this creature that to date has not been identified. What do you think this creature could be? Do share with us your opinion in the comments. Tree shaking in forest. When only a single tree is shaking in the forest, you'd know that there's something terribly wrong with it. This footage gathered a lot of attention soon after it was uploaded in June of last year, showing a huge tree that was shaking as if it were nothing. Seeing how aggressively it's being pulled displays the incredible amount of strength the one responsible has. Maybe it was an actual doing of a Bigfoot that may or may not have been trying to rip the poor tree from its foundation. Possessed pandas fight. A trail camera placed somewhere in the wild in China's Sichuan province shows two huge pandas that were in a vicious brawl. At first, it was thought to be a regular dispute over territory or females, until the victor was found to be possessed. The brawl lasted nearly 20 minutes, where both pushed and clawed each other, leaving only the normal panda with facial injuries, as the other walked off casually. With both pandas being nearly the same age and size, it puzzled the wildlife experts, who then kicked off an ongoing search effort from the community to get more answers. Judging from the brawl and the sudden change in its behavior, it could be a case of the panda being possessed. Prey and predator together. Maybe something hypnotized them both with some voodoo magic. A trail camera footage from November 11th, 2020 shows a deer and a mountain lion that were walking together peacefully in the dark, as if they belonged to the same herd. Even if the mountain lion wasn't hungry, it certainly wouldn't casually walk past without showing little or no reaction. Scientists have several theories, one of which where it is believed that the animals have been hypnotized, or are drawn by a certain frequency that has gotten their unparalleled attention, and that the animal may never realize what happened.
No, you taste, dude.
Oh my god! What is that?
Weird creature in woods. While on their routine bike ride along steep tracks, a group of bikers encountered a terrifying experience that would haunt them forever. As they ventured deeper into the forest, a strange humanoid creature suddenly emerged from the side of the track and quickly started running away. The sight of the creature caused one of the bikers to lose control and fall off his bike. Shocked, the biker with the camera attempted to chase after the creature, but to his surprise, it vanished into thin air, leaving him bewildered. A friendly seal. As Vincent Vajera was enjoying a leisurely fishing trip off the coast of California, he got an unexpected visitor, a friendly seal who decided to hop aboard his kayak. Initially, Vincent was a bit startled, but he quickly realized that the seal just wanted a hug. The adorable creature snuggled up to Vincent and refused to leave, creating a heartwarming moment that was caught on camera.
Here's my new friend. He jumped aboard out at the bridge.
Despite several attempts to coax the seal back into the water, the little guy just wanted to stay and hang out with his new friends. A mermaid. Check out this crazy footage captured by some guys in Israel. They managed to catch what looks like a real-life mermaid on camera. The quality isn't great, but you can totally see the creature chilling on a rock before diving back into the water when it notices the guys creeping up.
Oh my god! What is that?
Do you think this thing was the real deal or just some kind of hoax? We want to hear your thoughts. A beluga whale's crush. If you think you're the only one crushing hard on all those Korean oppas, well, you're wrong, because it isn't just us humans, but these beluga whales too who love Korean men. This beluga whale has such a big crush on her trainer that it refuses to kiss anyone else but him. And waits all day for just him to come to her and play with her. The other two males have to be separated from her because they like her so much that she finds them annoying. A close call. This guy was out in the wilderness filming a video, just minding his own business, when all of a sudden, he sees something bolting towards him like a bat out of hell. And guess what? It's a freaking mountain lion! Yeah, you heard me right. This guy is staring down a big, wild apex predator. But you know what's even crazier? He manages to narrowly escape like a boss. This dude had a seriously close call.
No, you taste, dude.
But he lives to tell the tale, and we're all glad he made it out in one piece. Woman helps kangaroo. This little guy had his hands burnt in a forest fire and didn't know what to do. So he came to the humans for help. And lucky for him, this kind woman was there to lend a hand. It's incredible how calm and trusting the kangaroo is while the woman tends to his wounds. Bear chases snowboarder. So this girl was snowboarding as usual, but then something unexpected happened to her. She was singing a song while getting on her board, and once ready, she started riding. Suddenly, she noticed a glimpse of a bear chasing her from behind, but she didn't fully comprehend what was going on. Thankfully, the girl was quick enough to escape the bear and unknowingly saved her life. The super cat. You might think of cats as grumpy creatures, but don't let that fool you. They actually care about us as much as we care about them. Just check out this clip where a cat saves a toddler's life. The baby was headed straight for the stairs, but the cat sprang into action and rushed over to prevent a nasty fall. What a brave kitty. And to make sure the baby stayed safe, the cat even sat guard at the bottom of the stairs to keep the little one from trying again. How sweet is that? An ostrich fight. Did you know that ostriches are the biggest and heaviest birds out there? Even though they're usually harmless and don't bite much, we found a video of one going berserk and attacking a man. A group of guys were just hanging out when suddenly the ostrich went after one of them. Made the bird so angry in the first place, doesn't it? A python. So let's tell you about this wild incident that went down in Thailand. One mom, Thanapum Laken, who's 42, woke up one morning to find their dead kitten in her house with bite marks all over its body. When she went to her son's room to investigate, she found a massive 10-foot python just chilling under the bed. Crazy, right? Well, she didn't waste any time and called for help, and luckily, the authorities were able to catch the python safely. Lekin thinks it's a miracle that her son wasn't sleeping in that room that night, and believes his guardian angel was watching over him. The morning glory clouds. Have you seen these amazing clouds that look like a giant snake in the sky? They're actually a rare meteorological event that only happens in certain parts of the world. This dude managed to capture them over Lake Michigan in the USA. Basically, it happens when the air is really humid in the early morning, and a cloud forms at the front of it, creating the leading edge of a cylinder. Pretty cool, right? A rat temple. Did you know that in India there's a temple dedicated entirely to rats? It's called the Karni Mata Temple, and it's situated in the city of Bikaner, right in the middle of the Thar Desert. Can you believe that over 25,000 rats call this place home? According to locals, every rat born there is believed to embody the soul of a family member, and they are considered sacred. People even drink the milk left behind by the rats after they take a sip. As much as I love dairy, I don't think I'd be able to handle that rat-infused milk. I might just turn into a hardcore vegan. The subscribers pick. This image is taken from a video that went viral a few years back. At first, we see a car driving on a dark road, and out of nowhere, a bunch of guys dressed like Charlie Chaplin pop up. It's super eerie how they all stop and stare into the car, especially with that weird lighting in the background. And there's even a dude wearing a mask to make things even creepier. A scary shark encounter. This might be the closest close call with a white shark you'll be seeing here. The man with his friends was out diving, but seconds after he dived into the water, his friends started shouting, "Shark! Shark!" to him.
Shark! Shark!
He went under the water to see what it was, and there the white shark was swimming right beneath him. He tried swimming away as fast as he could, while continuously looking for the shark, and there it came again. This time straight towards the man, but somehow he actually made the shark turn the other way. Good thing it happened and the man came out of the water safely.
What is that? Oh my god! What is that? Where's the zoom on this?
Man vanished. This Ring camera recorded a man walking on the street at night, but just after a few seconds, he appeared to have vanished in thin air. It was in the middle of the camera's view, so we cannot say that he may have walked to the edge of the view. Now, how did this happen and who exactly was the man? This answer remained unknown as the woman whose camera recorded it said she had never seen him before. Fish crossing road. A year ago, people in Washington saw this weird phenomena happening. A number of fishes were seen crossing the road. Just like you and me, they were all so shocked to see how these salmon fishes were showing this unusual behavior. However, this scenario is the result of the river flooding. What you're seeing are salmon going from a field that they've been washed into, back across the road to get back into the river to continue their journey. This doesn't happen very often, but when it does, some salmon that get washed out do this to make it back. A flipping spider. What you're seeing right here is a spider which is newly discovered. When the researchers saw it for the first time flip-flopping its way through the desert, they were astonished. At first, it was thought that something might have triggered such behavior. However, later it was observed that this was a new species, and this spider was unlike all the others, and it only does its cartwheeling when trying to get away from a predator. Dog walks on water. We don't know what this dog was thinking, but he sure did surprise all the humans with his supernatural ability to walk on the water. Every single person in the party was just left shaken. It almost seems like something out of the movie The Secret Life of Pets. Do you think it could be based on a true story? Talking raven. Ravens are incredible beings and are considered to be one of the smartest birds. But one quality of theirs makes them more special than anyone else, and that is the way they can imitate human voices.
Hi.
Hi.
Good bird.
For instance, this clip shows a couple recording a raven perched on a stone, then try to make the bird imitate them. But at first, it doesn't seem to care. But then, all of a sudden, the raven starts repeating what they say.
You alright, Lamb? You alright? You alright?
It even says, "I'm alright."
You alright? You alright? You alright? I'm alright.
A poop fest. If you think penguins are just fluffy birds just walking here and there in the coldest regions on the Earth, well, you're wrong, because these penguins are actually having way more fun than any of us. Just that their style of having fun is a little unusual, because what they do love is to poop over one another. Now, I know it might sound gross and you might go all ew hearing this, but they enjoy it a lot. And who are we to judge, right? Elephant steals food. Humans and animals have been living together for decades, and this year-long relation has led to us understanding each other pretty much. For instance, take the elephant as an example. Years and years after passing the same road, he has come to know that a truck passes the same road every day with lots of sugarcane. So, what did the elephant decide to do? He decided to take a shortcut to get food and steal from the truck whenever he gets the chance to. Ice balls. These tourists were out looking and admiring the natural beauty when one of them discovered this strange thing happening. He found a waterfall where the water was turning into perfectly round ice balls.
Ice balls.
Don't they just look perfect? And if you're thinking of hitting a friend with it, don't play with them or use them as weapons because they'll hurt. A strong bug. Bugs are often thought of as tiny creatures that anyone can easily squash, aren't they? However, this particular bug defies that stereotype and proves that size doesn't always equate to weakness. Its grip was one of the most powerful I have ever seen, clinging to the machine with an unyielding force that seemed to say, "Go ahead and try to break free." Isn't that truly remarkable? A grateful kangaroo. This kangaroo was stuck and had come to the conclusion that he cannot do anything about his situation and needs the help of humans. That is why he did not resist or punch the men who came to help him. Instead, after getting saved and safely on the land, he stood there, calmly waiting for the humans to shake his hand.
Oh, he's thanking ya.
Such bizarre creatures. Not especially friendly, but impossible not to love. A sea lion. So this photographer thought she'd get some cool shots of these seals up close by laying low on the ground. But one of the seals spotted her and decided to check out what's going on. Next thing you know, this huge baby elephant seal is flopping over to investigate. And before she knows it, she's getting squished. Apparently, the seal weighed over 100 kilograms. But the best part is, she and her husband couldn't stop laughing, even though she was flattened like a pancake. Meerkats. Have you seen this video where a photographer was trying to capture some pictures of meerkats in their natural habitat? Well, the meerkats were not too happy being ignored, and they decided to check out the photographer instead. They climbed up on his head, back, and even his camera. These moments were called magic moments by the BBC, and we totally get why. Cartwheeling dolphin. This video features a man showing off his cartwheeling skills in front of a dolphin enclosure. At first, one curious dolphin tried to imitate him, but gave up after one attempt. But then another dolphin arrived and was totally into it. She mimicked every single cartwheel the man did, as if she was trying to impress him. I mean, who knew? Maybe the dolphin did get a crush on the man, right?
This is so cool! This is... Oh my god.
Chimp washing cloth. Be it monkeys, chimps, or gorillas, they are all said to be the most intelligent animals on Earth. And they imitate humans almost perfectly. For instance, see this one chimp who was recorded by a camera washing a cloth. Then it cleaned its hands and face with it. The caretakers had no idea where the animal had picked up this habit. According to them, no one ever did anything like that in front of the chimp. But then, where did he learn that? Lion and deer. Take a look at this unlikely pair taking a leisurely walk through the woods. It's a lion and a deer. Can you imagine? This trail cam clip is truly special, considering lions are notorious predators and rulers of the jungle. Yet here we witness a deer fearlessly following a lion, as if they're old chums or something. Who knows what really happens in the animal world? But one thing is certain, this video is guaranteed to brighten your day and put a smile on your face. A Sicilian. What you're seeing right here might look like a worm to you, but just look at its fang-type teeth and the whole head. This is not a worm, folks. It is called a Sicilian, and these are amphibians. Yup, just like frogs. They just lack arms and legs. But as they lack, their nature made them the only amphibians to have fangs. Fishing cat. Have you ever heard of a fishing cat? No, it's not a cat that likes to go fishing with a rod and reel. These adorable felines are the only ones in the world that specialize in catching fish. While other cats may nibble on a fish occasionally, these guys are pros at it. Found in South Asia, fishing cats are known for their unique hunting style. They dive face first into the water to ambush their prey. Turtle helps turtle. This video shows two turtles hanging out together, when suddenly one of them flips over and can't get back on its feet. But what happens next is truly heartwarming. The other turtle comes to the rescue and uses its head to push and help the struggling one roll back over. This behavior has been seen among turtles a lot of times. When one rolls over the other, one comes running to help. Chimp sweeps floor. This amazing chimp was seen sweeping the floor in his cage with a broom. It's incredible, right? According to his caretaker, the chimp learned this behavior by simply watching them sweep the floor. Apparently, she's usually the one cleaning up the enclosure, but this clever chimp decided to lend a hand. A friendly deer. This man was sitting in the woods minding his own business when this little guy decided to come up to him and give some company. What did he want in return? Just some scratches under his neck. That is all the payment needed for such nice company. And look at that cute face. Smart fish. Every time I hear about catfish, they're always doing something wild. Now in India, these slippery swimmers are taking to land and learning how to walk. Don't they have enough space in the vast ocean? Apparently not, as they venture onto land in search of grub. I don't know about you, but to me it's kind of freaky to see so many of them scurrying about. What a strange sight. Sloths. If you thought sloths were nothing but lazy critters, prepare to have your mind blown. Because it turns out they can move pretty darn fast when they want to. I mean, check out the footage of those little guys attacking those humans with lightning speed. Honestly, it's probably best to give them their space and let them do their sloth thing without disturbing them. Who knew these seemingly laid-back animals had such a surprising burst of energy in them? A weird creature. This weird little thing was recorded deep underwater, transforming into different shapes. The researchers, the people on the internet, in fact, every single person who saw this was shocked to his core, wondering what this creature could have been and what other superpowers it might hold. Could this be an alien? I mean, I can't help but wonder, you know? An unusual friendship. An incredible video aired on an Indian news channel featuring the most mind-blowing thing ever. A leopard visited a cow every night, and they had their own secret friendship going on while the humans snoozed. Upon investigation, it was discovered that the cow had taken care of the leopard when it was a baby, and now the leopard was not ready to let go of its caregiver. How sweet is that? A bizarre fish. So, these scientists saw a super weird fish and were totally confused. But then something crazy happened. The fish suddenly shrunk its mouth down really fast, and everyone was shocked. It turns out that the fish is called a gulper eel, and it has a special kind of mouth that can puff up to eat big things. This fish is really interesting because of its cool mouth and the way it moves around. Overall, it's pretty amazing. A mouse deer. The secrets hidden in the deep forest seems endless, and we never know what we might find. Recently, a trail camera in Vietnam caught a glimpse of a rare two-tone mouse deer that scientists thought had vanished 30 years ago. It was strolling around leisurely as if it owned the place. It's amazing that some of these unique animals have managed to escape hunters and predators, giving them a chance to flourish in their natural environment. Flying snakes. Have you ever heard of flying snakes? Yeah, you heard that right. Flying snakes. A viral video making the rounds on the internet recently showed these slithering creatures taking to the skies. But don't worry, they're not flapping their wings or anything. They're actually gliding through the air. These incredible creatures, known as Chrysopelia, have the ability to contort their bodies and flatten their ribs to cover a significant distance after launching themselves into the air. It's an amazing feat that allows them to travel between trees with ease. Who knew snakes could fly? A pelican. This pelican was recorded by a man trying to eat a capybara. I mean, we know, and I know that he knows that the capybara is too big for him, but no, that won't stop him from doing that. And then he is just left all embarrassed because he did not succeed. A dinosaur. Even though the video is made by an amateur and we don't know who made it, it's perfect for our list. Can you imagine that there's a pterosaur flying in the sky? We know about pterosaurs because of fossils in movies, but we can't see them anymore. But some lucky people saw one and filmed it. I'm happy we have the video. Do you think it's real or just for attention? An embarrassed gator. Most folks would bolt to the side of an alligator, but not these guys. This couple not only keeps one as a pet, but also knows how to make it blush. When the gator struggled to chomp down some grub, it got bashful and decided to give up and take a dip in the water instead. Aw, poor fella. Lazy ducks. A group of folks caught some ducks being super chill. Even when the water dragged them toward the brink, they were like, nah, whatever. Everyone was freaked out, but little did they know that these feathered friends were just messing around. As soon as they got close to the edge, they flapped their wings and flew to safety. Sneaky ducks. Crab builds its house. Check out this super cool video of a crab making its very own sand and water home. It's not every day you get to see something so unique and amazing, and it's mind-blowing to watch how the crab constructs its shelter with such accuracy and speed. By building its cozy little house, the crab can keep itself safe and hidden from any danger lurking around. Deer eating squirrel. Have you ever noticed that when people think no one is watching, they tend to do the most bizarre things? Well, apparently the same goes for deer too. Recently, I witnessed a deer chowing down on a meaty snack when it thought no humans or cameras were around to catch it in the act. This made me rethink my whole perception of deer. I used to think of them as peaceful, grass-eating creatures that kept to themselves, but now I'm not so sure. A baby dinosaur. Apparently, a baby dinosaur, or something that looks like it, was spotted running around the city on CCTV footage. It's got us all wondering, could it be possible that dinosaurs still exist? I mean, how crazy would that be? I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. Do you think it's legit or just a prank? Swimming gator. Whether it's alligators or crocodiles, we've always seen them as fierce predators. But have you ever wondered what these reptiles do when they think no one's watching? Well, picture this. A gator lazily floating around in a pool, seemingly enjoying the refreshing water. It's almost like they're having a chill moment, just vibing with themselves. Seeing them like this, it's hard not to find them kinda cute, right? Red crab's migration. On Christmas Island in the Indian Ocean, a spectacular natural phenomenon takes place every year. Millions of red crabs embark on an epic journey from the forest to the coast to mate. This journey begins during the rainy season and is protected by park rangers who block off roads and construct temporary fences along the migration path. As the crabs reach the coast, they engage in a frenzied mating ritual before the females lay up to 10,000 eggs each. The island becomes a sea of red as the crabs cover the landscape, creating a breathtaking and unforgettable sight. A witch. This spooky video was recorded in Mexico in 2006. You can see a mysterious figure flying through the sky on a broomstick. Some people think it's a witch. The locals have been talking about these witches for ages, but nobody had any proof until this footage was taken. The witch's flight looks a bit shaky, so maybe she's a new witch still practicing her flying skills. The subscriber's pick. This image was taken from a video which shows some researchers doing something strange. You can see a group of people dressed in white and yellow on a deserted beach. They seem to be picking up something from the ground and putting it on a stretcher before taking it away. And of course, we can even see the tail of a creature in the video, which only points in one direction. A mermaid! How crazy is that? Adorable wolves. Wolves are always considered to be the ferocious, the dangerous, the stay-away type animals. But these wolves, I don't want to stay away from them. Looking at the way they're all cuddling and kissing each other, don't they look like the most adorable beings right here? What do you guys think? Komodo dragon. The giant lizard that's basically a real-life dragon. These guys are massive. They're the largest living lizards in the world, and their venomous saliva is no joke. If they bite you, you could end up paralyzed or even dead. And let's not forget about those sharp claws and teeth. They're fierce predators that don't mess around. In fact, they've been known to attack and even kill humans who get too close. So if you ever find yourself in the presence of a Komodo dragon, just remember to keep your distance and give them the space they deserve. Otherwise, you might end up regretting it. Nile crocodile. If you ever find yourself face to face with a Nile crocodile in the wild, you better watch out. These big guys are not to be messed with. They are one of the largest crocodile species in the world and have a reputation for being quite aggressive. They've been known to attack humans and other animals without much warning. So it's best to keep your distance. Cone snail. This is a little guy that you might not expect to be dangerous. The cone snail. These colorful little snails might seem harmless, but don't let their size fool you. They pack a venomous punch that can cause paralysis and even death. I mean, talk about a small but mighty creature. So if you're ever strolling along the beach and come across a cone snail, be sure to admire it from a safe distance. After all, you never know what could be lurking beneath that pretty shell. King cobra. These guys are some of the deadliest snakes on the planet, and they can grow up to a whopping 18 feet long. That's longer than most cars, people! And let's not forget about their venom. It's no joke. If they bite you, you could end up with respiratory failure and possibly even death. So if you ever come across a king cobra in the wild, just remember to give them the space they deserve and admire them from a safe distance. After all, it's better to be alive and well than up close and personal with one of these deadly snakes. Blue-ringed octopus. This little dude may be small, but trust me, it's a ninja in disguise. Its venom is like a 1-2 punch that can knock you out and even kill you in just a matter of minutes. Those blue rings on its body may look cool, but they're actually a warning sign that says back off. If you see one of these guys while you're out swimming or diving, keep your distance and give it some space. But let's be real here. As dangerous as they may be, blue-ringed octopuses are still pretty fascinating creatures. Just don't let their small size fool you. They pack a deadly punch. Cassowary. The cassowary is usually known for its striking appearance, with its bright blue head and neck and a large bony protrusion on its head called a casque. However, these birds are also incredibly dangerous, with sharp claws on their feet that can cause serious injury or even death. Cassowaries are also known to be territorial and can become aggressive if they feel threatened. And when they do, get ready to run as fast as you can and as long as you can, because they will follow you as long as they can. Black mamba. Get ready to meet the Usain Bolt of the snake world, the black mamba. This slithery speedster is the fastest snake in the world, and with a name like Mamba, you know it's not something to mess with. So if you ever find yourself face to face with a black mamba, just remember to give them their space and back away slowly. Trust me, you don't want to challenge this sprinting serpent to a race. Mosquito. You know those pesky bugs that buzz around your ear and leave you itching and scratching all over? Yeah, those are mosquitoes, and don't let their small size fool you. These little bloodsuckers are responsible for more human deaths than any other animal on the planet. How, you ask? By transmitting deadly diseases like malaria, dengue fever, and Zika virus. Trust me, you don't want to mess with these tiny terrors. So next time you hear that high-pitched whine, grab the bug spray and protect yourself from the deadliest animal on Earth, the mosquito. Stonefish. If you thought getting a paper cut was painful, wait until you hear about the stonefish. This little fish may not look like much, but it packs a punch with its venomous spines that can cause excruciating pain, paralysis, and get this, the venom is so potent that victims have been known to beg for amputation just to stop the pain. So next time you're out snorkeling, be sure to watch where you step, or you might end up with a nasty surprise from the deadliest fish in the world, the stonefish. Brown recluse spider. This 8-legged terror is a master of disguise, blending in with its surroundings and striking when you least expect it. Its venom is like a slow-acting time bomb, silently eating away at your flesh until it's too late to stop it. And don't be fooled by their size. These tiny terrors can bring down a full-grown adult with just one bite. So watch where you step and check your shoes before putting them on, because the brown recluse could be waiting to strike at any moment. Stay safe, my friends. Great white shark. You know what's scarier than a shark in a horror movie? A real-life great white shark. These bad boys can grow up to 20 feet long and have a bite force that can crush bones. And let's not forget about their famous razor-sharp teeth. One bite from these guys can be deadly. So the next time you're swimming in the ocean, remember to keep your eyes peeled for the great white shark, the ultimate predator of the sea. Redback spider. These pesky little creatures are found all over Australia, and their bite can be a real pain. Their venom is no joke. It can make you feel like your whole body's on fire. And in some cases, it can even lead to death. That's why it's important to keep an eye out for these sneaky spiders and make sure you're not their next victim. But here's the thing. As much as we may dislike them, redback spiders are actually pretty fascinating creatures. They're part of the widow spider family, and their females are notorious for eating their male counterparts after mating. Talk about a bad breakup. Tiger shark. Check out the tiger shark, a big bad predator of the ocean. These bad boys have been known to attack humans and are one of the most dangerous sharks out there. With their razor-sharp teeth and incredible hunting abilities, they're a force to be reckoned with. If you see one in the water, it's best to give them plenty of space and let them do their thing. Cape Buffalo. Africa's version of the Hulk. These big boys can weigh up to a whopping 2,000 pounds, making them one of the biggest and baddest creatures out there. And here's the thing, they're not afraid to throw down. They've been known to take on lions and even humans, and let me tell you, you don't want to mess with them. That's why they're also known as the Black Death. So if you ever find yourself face to face with one of these beasts, just remember to give them plenty of space and respect. Gila Monster. This little dude might look like it's straight out of a sci-fi movie, but trust me, it's 100% real and 100% not to be messed with. Why? Because it's one of the only venomous lizards out there. That's right, this sneaky little guy packs a bite that can cause some serious pain and swelling. But here's where things get mysterious. Nobody really knows why it's venomous. Is it for hunting? Self-defense? Who knows? All we do know is that if you ever come across a Gila monster, it's best to give it some space. After all, you don't want to end up on the receiving end of a venomous bite from this cool but dangerous lizard. Poison Dart Frog. Get ready to meet the poison dart frog, the tiniest but deadliest amphibian out there. These little guys might look like they belong in a Disney movie with their bright colors, but don't be fooled by their cuteness. They're actually serving up a warning that says, "I dare you to mess with me." And you really shouldn't. You see, their skin secretes a venomous toxin that can knock you out cold faster than you can say ribbit. It's no wonder they're one of the most poisonous creatures on the planet. So if you ever come across a poison dart frog in the wild, do yourself a favor and stay far away. Trust me, you don't want to mess with these tiny but fierce frogs. Portuguese man-o-war. This thing is like a freaky alien that was plopped in the ocean. It looks like a jellyfish, but it's actually a whole colony of different organisms working together, like some kind of underwater Voltron. But don't be fooled by its trippy colors and otherworldly appearance. Those tentacles can reach up to 165 feet long and pack a punch like Mike Tyson in his prime. Its venom can paralyze you and send you straight to Davy Jones's locker. So if you're ever out for a swim in the ocean and you see this bad boy floating around, I suggest you swim in the opposite direction. Trust me, you don't want to mess with this sea monster. Piranha. Piranhas are notorious for their sharp teeth and aggressive reputation. I mean, who hasn't seen those crazy movies where they go on a feeding frenzy and chomp through everything in sight? But the truth is, these fish are usually pretty chill, unless they feel threatened. Sure, they might look like they're straight out of a horror movie, but if you don't mess with them, they won't mess with you. That being said, it's still pretty nerve-wracking to swim in water where they live. I don't know about you, but I'll stick to the pool, thank you very much. Anaconda. This slithering serpent is one of the largest and most powerful snakes in the world, capable of crushing its prey with its deadly constriction abilities. And when I say large, I mean large. These bad boys can grow up to 30 feet long. While they mostly stick to snacking on animals like deer and capybaras, they have been known to take down humans who dare to venture into their territory. So if you ever find yourself face to face with an anaconda, be sure to give it plenty of space, unless you want to end up as its next snack. Bull shark. Move over, great white, because this creature is the real danger to humans. With its sneaky ways, the bull shark is a master of deception and can strike at any moment. Unlike other sharks, this beast prefers the shallow, freshwater areas where humans like to cool off. It lurks in the shadows, waiting for its next prey to come into view. And when it does, it strikes with a ferocity that is unmatched. So, the next time you venture into the murky waters, be on the lookout for the bull shark, for it is a creature of mystery and danger, lurking just beneath the surface, waiting for its next victim to cross its path. Saltwater crocodile. Alright folks, let's talk about one of the most rebel reptiles out there, the saltwater crocodile. This monster can grow up to a whopping 23 feet long and weigh over a ton. I mean, that's like having a car-sized croc swimming around in the water. And let's not forget those jaws. They're so strong they can literally crush bones and even metal. So if you're ever in the presence of a saltwater croc, just remember to keep your distance and give them the respect they deserve. Box jellyfish. Now let's talk about this deadliest but the prettiest creature ever. It is the box jellyfish. Now don't be fooled by its delicate and almost see-through appearance. This thing is a silent killer. Its venom is so potent that it can cause heart failure and kill you in just a few minutes. So if you're ever out there in the ocean and spot a box jellyfish, swim the other way as fast as you can. Trust me, you don't want to mess with this deadly beauty. Hammerhead shark. The hammerhead shark has a head that looks like it was flattened with a hammer. But don't let their strange appearance fool you. These sharks are top predators in the ocean. They can sense prey with incredible accuracy, and their powerful jaws make short work of their meals. While they're not known for attacking humans, it's probably best to give them a wide berth just in case. Hippopotamus. The African river holds many secrets, but perhaps the most dangerous one lurks just beneath the surface. Beware the hippopotamus, for they may appear docile, but they are anything but. With a single snap of their powerful jaws, they can shatter bones and end lives in an instant. These massive beasts are responsible for more human deaths in Africa than any other large animal. Yet they remain shrouded in mystery. How can something so seemingly gentle be so deadly? Perhaps it is their ancient lineage, tracing back to a time when dinosaurs roamed the earth. Or maybe it is simply their fierce determination to protect their territory at all costs. Whatever the reason, one thing is certain: never underestimate the deadly nature of a hippopotamus. Pufferfish. Oh, the pufferfish. This little guy might look cute and harmless, but don't let its innocent appearance fool you. This fish is the Chuck Norris of the sea. It's a total spark plug. In some countries, it's even considered a delicacy. But let me tell you, it's not for the faint of heart. See, the pufferfish has organs that are filled with toxins that can take you down faster than a shot of tequila. One wrong move and you can end up paralyzed or even worse, dead. So if you're ever offered a bite of a pufferfish, make sure it's been prepared by a trained professional. Trust me, your life is worth more than a fancy meal. Blacktip reef shark. Blacktip reef shark. Don't let their size fool you. These little guys are tough cookies. They may be small, but they are sneaky predators that can attack humans, especially if you're hanging out in shallow waters. So if you're planning on going for a swim or a paddle in the ocean, keep your eyes peeled for these little guys. They might look harmless, but they have a reputation for being quite the troublemakers. But don't let that scare you too much. As long as you're aware of your surroundings and keep a safe distance from these sharks, you should be just fine. And who knows, you might even get lucky and catch a glimpse of one of these incredible creatures in its natural habitat. Australian funnel-web spider. If you're planning a trip to the land down under, beware of the Australian funnel-web spider. This arachnid is a real killer. With venom so potent, it can send you to the great beyond in just a matter of hours. And don't be fooled by its small size and cute little things. This spider packs a punch that will leave you gasping for air. So keep your eyes peeled and your spider sense tingling, because one wrong move and you could be in serious trouble. American crocodile. This is the American crocodile, a true titan of the reptilian world. The elusive creature can be found lurking in the shadows of both North and South America, patiently waiting for its prey to cross its path. With a set of jaws that could crush a steel beam like a toothpick, this beast is not to be trifled with. But there's something mysterious about this creature, something that draws us in and leaves us in awe. Perhaps it's the way it moves so gracefully through the water, or the way it can disappear in an instant, leaving no trace behind. Whatever it is, one thing is for sure. If you ever find yourself face to face with an American crocodile, you'll be in for one heck of a ride. Sydney funnel-web spider. Did you know that the Sydney funnel-web spider is basically the Australian funnel-web spider's BFF? And let me tell you, their venom is no joke. It can knock you out faster than a kangaroo bouncing on a trampoline. Plus, if you get bitten by one of these creepy crawlies, you could end up with respiratory failure or even die. So make sure you steer clear of these 8-legged critters if you happen to come across them. Safety first, folks. Elephants? The gentle giants that can turn into raging beasts. Now, I know we all love these intelligent and majestic creatures, but let's not forget they're also one of the biggest and most powerful animals on land. And when they feel threatened, they're not afraid to throw down. They've been known to attack and even kill humans who got too close to their turf. So if you're ever in the presence of an elephant, be sure to give them their space and show them the respect they deserve. Trust me, it's better to be safe than sorry when it comes to these big guys. Inland taipan. If you're not a fan of snakes, then you better steer clear of the inland taipan, mate. This snake is not to be messed with, as it's considered the most venomous snake in the world. Its venom is so deadly that it can cause multiple organ failure and can kill a human in less than an hour. Talk about fierce. Despite its fearsome reputation, the inland taipan is actually a pretty fascinating creature. It has an incredible sense of smell and can detect prey from miles away. Plus, its venom is being studied for its potential to help treat certain medical conditions. Who knew this lethal creature could have a softer side? The subscriber's pick. This image shows a huge predator of the world of water, with its weird horrifying mask and tentacles showing. We also see a boat nearby comparing, which we can see how big the size of the creature is. But well, no matter how creepy this may look, it's not real. Instead, it is an image created through Photoshop. Still, with the ocean being only 3% discovered, who knows? Maybe this actually might be real too. What do you guys think about it? Black Caiman. This crocodile is like the Hulk of the animal kingdom. It's one tough customer. And let me tell you, if you ever find yourself in its neck of the woods, you better watch your back. This bad boy has been known to attack humans, so you don't want to mess with it. I mean, just imagine coming face to face with a creature that's built like a tank, has jaws that could crush a car, and is just itching for a fight. Yeah, I think I'll pass on that one. So, if you're planning a trip to South America, make sure you steer clear of this feisty dude's territory. A ghost. Let's check out this clip caught on a home security camera outside a house. You can hear faint footsteps before a blurry figure appears and moves across the screen. Since the video quality is poor, it's hard to make out any details. Is it a prowler or could it be something paranormal? Upon closer inspection, the figure seems to briefly disappear when it reaches the center of the screen. This leaves us wondering if it's just a camera glitch or if there's something more sinister going on. A chupacabra. These two men kept hearing strange voices from their backyard and eventually decided to go check. But what they did not know was that they were in for a surprise. A huge monster was seen running to hide from them, but that did not stop the friends there. They had to go check, and that is when we see the terrifying face. The video ends right there, so let's just hope both of them are okay. An alien. The folks who were used to discovering fishes on the shore were taken aback when they stumbled upon a strange human-like creature that had washed upon the beach. It appeared to be a miniature version of a human, with a slimy coating all over its body and small limbs. The more they examined it, the more it mystified them, especially when they observed it breathing and slightly shifting its eerie body. What do you think it was? A creepy being. While a farmer was out with his goats and cows, he sensed that something was not okay. So he took his camera out and started checking the area. And what he found was this creepy black creature with big horns at the very edge of his property. Even though the creature did not look interested in coming near or harming the man, it was still good that he only recorded the thing and did not try to go near. An angel. This incredible video was taken in Jakarta, Indonesia on September 11, 2011. You can see a radiant winged being that looks like an angel descending from the sky and touching down on the ground before taking off again. When people saw this video, they started calling the figure the Angel of Jakarta. Some people even thought it might be a guardian angel sent down. However, there's always a chance that this might be fake. A strange woman. In 2016, a strange video surfaced online showing a woman shopping at a mall. Suddenly, an item falls behind her, and she puts it back on the shelf. Then she starts acting weirdly, as if something is controlling her. She drops her shopping and writhes on the floor, screaming loudly. Her screams even push the onlookers away. As the man in black tries to hold her down, the woman calms down, but then lets out a final scream, which makes objects in the store move and the security camera flicker. A mystery light. This video was filmed by a guy from Mexico. Some people who have watched it are saying it's one of the most clear sightings of a UFO ever caught on camera. Against a totally dark sky, you can see a weird blue circle that looks like it's morphing into different shapes. Apparently, this man had this strange thing hovering over his house for about a half an hour before it vanished. What do you think it might be? A waterbender. Have you seen this video that's been going viral lately? It's really interesting. Nobody knows where it's from, but it seems to have been filmed in Africa. In the video, a group of people are gathered around a woman standing in the water, and it looks like some sort of ritual is taking place. But then something crazy happens. All of a sudden, the water recedes super fast, and the bay is completely dry where others are standing. People freaked out and said that the shaman caused the water to shift using some kind of divine power. But nothing was ever explained by anyone. A witch. A bizarre figure dressed in white was spotted standing directly under the window of a house where the mother and her baby had been only moments before. It appeared as though the figure knew where the family was located. The incident left the woman feeling shaken and terrified, with no logical explanation for what had just happened. Some say it was a witch, while others think it was something else. Still, it remains a mystery. A levitating creature. Whether it was an extraterrestrial being or simply an optical illusion, this video is fascinating to watch. A large group of individuals gathered to witness this bizarre creature, which appeared to be levitating in mid-air while wearing wings on its arms and feet. Although it resembled a mermaid or an alien, it actually looked more like a boy. However, the reality behind the levitation was not as mysterious as it seemed. In fact, it was just a simple trick involving thin strings that helped the individual hover in the air. A UFO. A pilot was on his usual routine, flying a plane from one city to another. But what he did not know was that he was about to come across a sight he had ever imagined, a UFO. Now, for those of you thinking it was just a balloon, those don't fly forwards, they go upwards. And also, balloons do not have this kind of speed. So nope, that wasn't a balloon. To me, it totally looks like a UFO. Bigfoot. In this video, Rick Dyer, a self-proclaimed Bigfoot tracker, claimed to have killed the elusive creature. The video shows a tense moment where the massive beast attacks the man holding the camera. Afterwards, Dyer provides a few pictures, claiming they're of the Bigfoot he killed. So do you think it was really a Bigfoot that he killed, or was he just lying straight away? A cheetah. This clip features an American tourist who got an unexpected guest on a safari in Tanzania. Well, Britton Hayes from Seattle got a special visitor in the form of a cheetah who jumped right into the back seat of his vehicle. And if that wasn't wild enough, another cheetah decided to join in on the fun. Poor Hayes was frozen with fear, praying he wouldn't become dinner for the big cats. Weird sea creatures. A few years ago, there was a video that became really popular online. It showed a strange sea creature that some people had caught and filmed. A lot of folks believe it's the real deal and pretty creepy too. The creature looks a bit like a sea hare, but with some serious sharp teeth inside its mouth. Honestly, I don't know what it was up to, but it definitely gave me the heebie-jeebies. An open grave. While paying a visit to his loved ones in the cemetery, a guy stumbled upon something peculiar. He noticed a grave that was partially open and seemed like it was being destroyed. As he went closer, he was taken aback to see the remains of a body buried there, including a tall skeleton that was around 1.8 meters tall. But that wasn't all. There were other skulls and bones inside the grave, which hinted at some sort of witchcraft. However, nothing was ever really explained or cleared up. A mountain witch. This video features a man named Hassan, who is an explorer of witches. He voluntarily searches for witches, and in this particular video, he visits a witch mountain to find one. To his surprise, he actually spots a witch dressed in black clothes and holding a stick. which seems to be made from an animal skull. Initially, she was sitting at the cave entrance, but when she saw the YouTuber, she went inside and started mumbling some spells. Suddenly, a stone hit Hassan's face, which was a signal for him to back off as the witch didn't want to be disturbed. A clingy octopus. Imagine you're out scuba diving, and when you surface for air, you discover an octopus that won't let go of your back. In a recent video, a diver experienced this unexpected surprise and was trying everything he could to shake off the clingy cephalopod. Despite moving in different directions, the octopus wouldn't budge, and the diver started feeling uncomfortable with its sharp beak and sticky suckers. Perhaps the octopus just wanted a hug. What do you think? A ghost. As the driver was cruising down the Queensland Highway, little did he know that he was in for a surprise. As he continued driving, he spotted something unusual on the side of the road. To his shock, he and other onlookers saw a ghostly figure standing in the middle of the road. The ghost, which appeared to be a pure white child, was just a few inches above the ground. The eerie sighting quickly gained fame and was dubbed the Ghost Child by many. However, some skeptics argued that it might have been just a human baby who happened to wander in the middle of the road. A sea lion. Okay, so I've got a creepy story for you. A girl was taking a break near the harbor when, out of nowhere, a sea lion popped up, grabbed her, and dragged her into the water. Her family and bystanders freaked out, but luckily, a brave dude jumped in and rescued her. It was a shocking incident because sea lions usually don't attack people without a reason. The flashlight fish. The video showcases the mesmerizing flashlight fish, which are found in the deep waters of the Pacific Ocean. These unique creatures have special light-emitting organs located beneath their eyes that give them an otherworldly appearance. The lights can be used to attract prey or communicate with other fish. The video captures the fish swimming in schools, creating an incredible visual spectacle that looks like something out of a sci-fi movie. Watching these underwater titans move and glow in the dark depths of the ocean is truly a sight to behold. Flipping iceberg. These thrill seekers thought it would be a cool idea to climb a giant iceberg, but things quickly went south when a massive chunk of ice rolled over on top of them. Talk about a chilling experience. Luckily, they managed to escape with their lives, but let this be a lesson. Sometimes it's best to just stay on solid ground. Don't you guys agree? Strange lights. This video was recorded by some fishermen out on the Pacific Ocean, and it shows these really strange lights in the sky. They might be a group of lights or something, and they seem to be moving in unusual ways. Some people who had watched the video were convinced that these lights were actually UFOs, but no one had been able to provide a logical explanation for what they might actually be. It's totally a mystery till today. Millions of dead fish. Have you heard about the latest buzz in Australia's outback? Recently, a shocking video surfaced showcasing the aftermath of an unprecedented die-off of fish in a river. Due to extreme floods and hot weather, millions of fish have been left to rot in the river, resulting in a foul smell and a severe ecological crisis. However, there's some good news. Contractors have been hired to remove the rotting fish from the river. Crocodile mummies. Crocs, whether they're dead or alive, will always give people the creeps. While excavating ancient tombs, researchers stumbled upon 12 crocs buried in the soil. From a distance, they looked like they were still alive, with their textured skin appearing fresh and their teeth still intact in their jaws. It was a bit unnerving, as it seemed like they could open their jaws at any moment. The researchers were amazed when they discovered that the crocodiles had been buried for 2,500 years, yet were still in almost pristine condition. A cuttlefish. Have you heard of cuttlefish or cuttles? These little guys are actually fish found in deep parts of the ocean, and they're known to be highly toxic. But let's not focus on their dangerous side for now. Instead, let's talk about how incredibly unique and fascinating they are. Just take a look at their mesmerizing colors and reflections. It's no wonder they've been nicknamed the disco cuttlefish. And that's not all. They even have a way of hypnotizing their prey before attacking. It's truly a wonder to witness. A fire tree. We're all used to the idea that tree twigs and branches are handy for starting fires. But hold on to your hats, because this video is going to blow your mind. It shows the inside of a tree that caught on fire, and people think it was caused by a lightning bolt heating up the sappy insides, which conduct heat really well. Or if you're feeling mystical, maybe supernatural beings sparked up this awesome fire for their own bonfire. What do you think? Leave a comment below and share your thoughts. An elephant. Sometimes animals can be big, frightening, and downright terrifying. But every now and then, they need a little help from us humans. Take this elephant for example. Poor thing was shot right in the head and was bleeding out. Obviously, elephants don't have a clue how to fix bullet wounds. So he approached some nearby humans, being careful not to scare them, and showed them the bullet lodged in his skull. Thankfully, the doctors acted quickly and did everything in their power to remove the bullet and treat the infection. Petting a great white. The shark saw the fisherman in the shallow water and decided to attack. But to the shark's surprise, the man did something unexpected. He petted the shark when it came out of the water, showing no fear of the shark's strong jaws. The fisherman even gently stroked the shark's side for a while before sending it back into the water. It's hard to tell if the shark enjoyed the encounter or if it was just looking for a chance to bite the man's hand. Woman on a tree. Nope, she wasn't a ghost. She was a real woman, standing on top of a fig tree and freaking everyone out with her creepy moves. People were shocked when they saw her standing on a delicate branch of the tree, dressed all in white. They called her the Spooky Lady because they couldn't understand how she was able to perform such stunts without any visible support. However, when she was rescued, it turned out that there was nothing supernatural about her behavior. Snakeheads. So there was this wild incident where a farmer found a snake's head in his backyard, and it was still alive. I mean, can you imagine that? The head was moving. It's pretty insane, but apparently snakes are different from other animals. When they lose their heads, they don't need a lot of oxygen to keep their brain going. So the head can actually survive for hours without the body. Crazy, right? Spinning dolphins. These dolphins are impressing everyone with their athletic abilities, jumping high and spinning 7 times in the air. And if that wasn't enough, they can swim at an incredible speed of 200 miles per hour and cover long distances in a day. Recently, a spy dolphin captured footage of these playful creatures having a great time off the coast. But it's not just their stunts that make them unique. They're also known for their intelligence. To avoid predators, these dolphins never fully sleep and always keep their brains partially awake. Humans in cage. Do you consider yourself brave? Would you be willing to step into a cage in the middle of a jungle where lions are roaming nearby, just to get a closer look and better look at these magnificent beasts? There's actually a tourist spot in Harrismith, South Africa, where they'll put you in an enclosure and leave you in the midst of lions. In a video, you can see an elderly couple sitting calmly inside the cage, while lions are roaming around and even sitting on top of the enclosure as visitors take pictures. Well, that's all for today, guys. Thank you for watching the video. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon for getting updates related to our latest videos.
Prepare to be unnerved and chilled to your very core as we unveil spine-tingling scenes of unknown predators captured in the dark depths of pitch-black forests. These bone-chilling, enigmatic beasts lurk in the shadows and have left experts baffled and the bravest trembling. Join us as we will show you the most shocking and terrifying encounters ever caught on film. Sleeping Beast. This scruffy beast was first seen crouched over a rocky peak in Arizona, but later it was seen resting near the woods. With its hair-covered face and faceless body, the creature certainly looked terrible. The limbs, which were bent or even partially chopped, contributed to its horrifying features. However, even though the rescue personnel were contacted right away and the shaggy figure was brought into jail for additional testing, the authorities provided no details on its whereabouts. What then was it? And from whence did it originate? Tell me what you think. The slender figure. This dashcam captures a man sprinting across the road at an unearthly speed. I'm curious about its origins and aims because of its strange legs and humanoid shape. Is it an extraterrestrial being from space, or perhaps a fabled skinwalker on the hunt? The driver's inaction prompts doubts about the veracity of the footage, but the unpredictability of the enigmatic figure is really unsettling. The Yeti on the Hill. A group of tourists were shocked to see a huge, hairy person hiding in the thick forest among Nepal's snow-capped hills. The enormous stature and human-like stride remind people of the fabled Yeti. As the tourists considered their chances of coming across the unsettling creature, they felt a mix of excitement and anxiety. With each traveler telling their own version of the event, the meeting turned into an amazing experience. After going through something so strange, I would probably never venture into the woods again. Rock-throwing creature. Always intending to spook us, this time Bigfoot has devised yet another scheme, lurking behind a massive tree. The man who is visiting the woods is being watched by the cryptid. And then, as soon as the camera reaches those sneaking eyes, not ready to make an appearance, it hides behind the trees, but it returned once more. That too with a strike strategy this time. The Bigfoot realizes it's time to leave as he tosses a stone in the man's direction. The man quickly returns to his automobile.
Oh, that was a rock. Oh.
And now the beast stands at a slight distance without even trying to hide itself and throws a stone directly into the cameraman's face. Although this video has drawn a lot of attention, analysts think there's a good probability it's not a human wearing a costume, because it would be difficult to make a throw while wearing a bulky outfit. Coyote howling. The image stands out as the most peculiar trail cam capture. Captured in Southern California, it depicts 3 coyotes howling simultaneously, howling and exuding the spookiest sensations while standing somewhat apart. The man considered it to be the scariest thing he had ever come across until he noticed an object in the shadows. 2 dazzling eyes stared directly at the coyotes as though they were about to attack. However, what was it? Some suggest that these eyes could belong to a lurking Sasquatch-like creature that was drawn to the growls as it feeds on the animal's blood, despite the fact that some thought it was another animal. However, please share your thoughts on the image with me. Rake sighting. Aiming at the unfortunate man adrift in the forest, creeping up a slender tree. That is one lean beast, all set to strike its next victim at any moment. This is the tale of an Alaskan man who went to Tongass National Park in 2018. He got lost among the tracks while camping there with his buddies. As the night deepens, he starts panicking, thinking he may not make it to his group. The man went crazy when he noticed something on the tree. The guy was startled as he turned his light back to the creep's body and saw the lean creature with an open mouth and the fabled blazing eyes after initially mistaking it for a wild animal. There was just one option: to run. So he did that exact thing. Crouching Giant. Captured in the northeastern region of Arizona, the video shows a massive beast that can be seen slithering over a rock. The strange crawl is what makes this creature spooky. Although it resembled a gigantic black bear, no four-legged creature moves in this way. Thus, convinced that it was the supposed Bigfoot discovered in the Arizonian highlands, the man was taken aback when, in a matter of seconds, it transformed its body into a tiny canine-like creature. What then? A dog or a bipedal animal? He was confused when others suggested a different idea and dubbed it a skinwalker after the man published the video. It is said to transform and assume the forms of many different creatures. So, a skinwalker then? An enormous animal? Or a ruse? Tell me what you folks think it is. Monstrous wolf. In an attempt to photograph the newborn bear pups, a man placed his trail camera close to a black bear's lair. After spending the entire night there with his camera and coming back the following day, the man was taken aback to see what strange-looking monster the cubs had become. The strange appearance was further enhanced by the demonic features, alien-like ears, and frighteningly bright eyes that exude a spooky aura. The wolf-like monster was peeking out from the trees as if it was searching for something, most likely his next victim. However, because it was photographed in the dark, and there were no other obvious evidence of the cryptid's presence along the trail, save the video that was taken, not much could be found out regarding its identity. Monkey Man crossing a river. The Bigfoot enthusiast had a rather different tale to tell. They genuinely think that the creature in the river is a Sasquatch, known as the monster of the Dewey Lake. This entity from folklore inhabits the southern part of Michigan and is said to possess a strong and hairy body. Despite having half of its body submerged in water, the creature appears towering due to its reddish-brown torso. And this is what sets off people's mental triggers. Is that a man wearing a monkey suit? Or is that the lake monster? The strange humanoid figure. Trail cameras are positioned to watch wildlife, but occasionally they record unusual scenes like a strange humanoid figure walking across a field. Its human-like characteristics and atypical limbs raise questions regarding the existence of unidentified species or cryptids. This mysterious, enigmatic figure pushes the boundaries of what we know about the natural world and invites us to investigate the realm of the unexplained. The discovery of the trail camera inspires awe and curiosity in us and compels us to learn more about the mysteries that are outside the realm of our normal understanding. Bigfoot family. You'll feel your spine tingle as you explore this trail camera owner's incredible encounter and its mysterious contents. And there it is, the vague outline of a big, hairy animal moving through the forest with a similar humanoid figure that might be its offspring. Two additional black figures that are hiding in the distance are what have everyone even more perplexed as the argument regarding Bigfoot's existence and nature rages again. Were there more of these creatures lurking in the shadows? The image's validity is still a mystery, but its mystery feeds into the never-ending debate about the legendary animals. The tentacles of the deep. A trail camera captured this breathtaking and terrifying scene during a strong storm. Enormous tentacles rising out of the ocean, reminiscent of the legendary Kraken. The enormous ocean depths conceal countless mysteries, and this vista of enormous marine life makes viewers think about nautical myths and stories. The existence of these enormous creatures calls into question accepted wisdom regarding our oceans. The few glances that cameras provide us with of these creatures provide us with more questions than answers on the wonders that lie under our waters. Bear's spooky heist. The following video shows a black bear skulking around a homeowner's property, examining its surroundings like a cunning would-be thief. He sets out on a daring quest to raid the chicken coop as soon as he thinks it's safe. He searches around for a way to unlock the wooden coop. He looks around for possible flaws while standing on his hind legs. When he's unable to open it calmly, the bear becomes desperate and uses force to rip and bite through the wood. But wait, there's more to see from the homeowner's trail camera. The homeowner is left in shock by the midnight marauder as the bear flees into the darkness after being startled by an alarm system. Ghost bird. Talk about an eerie surprise! Imagine mistaking a ghost bird for a harmless piece of wood. The great putu, a nocturnal bird renowned for its unsettling camouflaging abilities, is this grumpy-looking beast. These skeletal birds, found in Brazil and Mexico, give you the creeps. But fear not, they are largely benign and content to live in their forest habitat. So the next time you see a strange-looking bird, hold off on drawing assumptions. Perhaps it is merely a ghost bird keeping watch over its eerie realm. Abandoned car forest. Tucked down in the middle of a Belgian woodland is an auto cemetery that would make horror flicks blush. Can you imagine neon-colored flowers blooming from engines? Or cars entwined with tree roots? You'll think that this post-apocalyptic scene is right out of a Hollywood production. But don't be alarmed. Nature is slowly reclaiming man-made objects, as evidenced by this unsettling spectacle. Some residents find the automobiles to be a lovely quirk, while others find the constant stream of inquisitive tourists unsettling. When you drive through Google Maps, you'll encounter something that'll make you doubt reality. Fearless forest thieves. These days, raccoons aren't limited to the grasslands and woods. They're now moving into cities. They are the best scavengers because of their skillful paws, which allow them to pick locks and unlock doors. Watch this trail camera video to see how raccoons find an abundance of food. A buck, though, wants in on the action as well. Soon, as more raccoons join the celebration, a vicious brawl breaks out. The deer is outnumbered, but its antlers are formidable tools. Nevertheless, the raccoons fulfill their namesake by darting off and coming back for more. Hiding predator. Taking a deer by surprise and choosing not to fight it? Is that a real predator hiding there in the shadows? When he set up his trail camera, this man had no idea it would record an unsuccessful ambush attempt. A deer initially materialized in front of the camera and settled in to unwind, slumbering there for a while. Right before it shifts and briefly disappears from the view of the camera, two bright eyes materialized behind him and began to go to the side. Even though he was asleep, he instantly got to his feet and startled the predator after realizing he had been watched. Deer approaches hunter. Now, either this buck must have witnessed something for which he was unprepared, or a large beast is approaching to attack him. This hunter was aiming for the wild deer in the Kruger National Park. However, it was taken aback by his peculiar behavior, because the deer charged at him as soon as he brought down the rifle. Standing next to him, the spooked up deer didn't stop staring back at him even while the guy stroked it, as if someone was still at it. Even after the examiner saw the film, it became clear that the deer only act in this way when they are genuinely afraid or in need of some assistance. Face to face with chimps. This man, who generally shies away from people, was shocked to see the chimp seated next to him. He was terrified, but tried controlling himself. He's being incredibly patient. They gave off the creepiest vibes when they sniffed him and then pricked the terrified man with their sharp nails. Even more, one of them scaled the tree to presumably perch on the adventurer's back. And just when it seemed like the adventurer would always be under attack by the chimps, they started to leave. They all departed one by one, as though something had compelled them to. Thankful but perplexed, as quickly as they could, the explorers also left that place. Ghostly spirits. Strolling through Stansted Forest and past a little UK town, this man managed to snap an eerie scene. There were other ghostly spirits floating in the air along with the fog, A few had the appearance of an elderly woman, while others resembled children, and the rest were distorted as nothing could be made out of them. The people who live close to the woodland claim that these are the ghosts of an elderly couple who tragically died when they crossed the nearby railroad tracks, and they have been tormenting those who visit that woodland ever since. Bear attacks wild piglet. The Tejon Ranch Conservancy is the scene of a ferocious hunt captured on camera, as a wild piglet is being chased by a grizzly. The bear made a leap, that is, a leap towards success, just as he was about to lose his catch, and managed to get the piglet this time. With his enormous jaws clamped shut, the bear disappears from view. But aren't we all aware of what transpired with the unfortunate piglet? It's obvious that this bear dislikes being in the spotlight. Observe his ferocious charge towards the camera. He returns to the wild, sad that nothing more could be done. Peeking alien. You won't be able to organize a late-night camping trip after watching this video, especially not in the middle of a creepy forest. Friends were building a fire to keep scavenging animals away from their tents when they heard an unexplained disturbance in the darkness. When one of the guys threw the fire in front of the tree, he wasn't expecting to find this. A little gray cryptid with pointed fingers was hiding behind the tree, attempting to stay warm. As the man filming it tried to get a better look, the creature hurriedly scurried away. Unfortunately, details regarding the figure were unavailable, but it appeared to me to be an extraterrestrial. Humo crab. A group of friends were enjoying a bonfire in the middle of the dense woods when they decided to go for the girl who had disappeared so they could make a call.
Can't see it very... Yeah.
This decision gave them the worst shock of their lives. While looking for the girl, they were horrified to discover that she was lying lifeless in front of a tree.
Stop. Okay.
Suddenly, though, an unsettling thing leapt out from behind one of the bushes. The unknown entity appeared to be a human crab-like monster with several limbs connected to a human body. Even if there was no satisfying conclusion to this video, these horrifying minutes should be enough to make you reconsider your camping plans the next time you go out. Sasquatch spotted in Russia. These 16-second video clips feature some of the weirdest moments anyone has ever witnessed, captured in 2011 by an unidentified source in Russia. This video provides a closer look at the most talked about mythological beast. With its enormous hairy torso and extended arms, it resembled a true Sasquatch. There was nothing else to be said about the creature because the man filming it appeared to be afraid of it. However, the flawless humanoid gait suggested that the fabled Sasquatch was in the woods, since it was spotted hurrying through them after realizing it was being filmed. Hidden striker. Wild animals have long been drawn to trail cameras. This time, it was a covert attacker who targeted a trail camera that was placed somewhere in Japan. The unidentified creature was standing at the back, moving the camera left to right in an attempt to remove it from the tree. When attacking from behind failed, a wild boar that was hidden there surfaced and continued to attempt to take the enigmatic object from a tree. Scary gator. Here we have another swamp inhabitant filmed somewhere in southwest Florida. It was spotted creepily approaching the trail camera with glowing eyes and horrifying features, giving the impression that it would snap open its hideous fangs and shatter the camera in an instant. Fortunately, though, this menacing alligator ignored the trail camera and moved quickly through the wet marsh while towing its powerful armored tail. Woodpecker smashed trail cam. 2 years ago, a group of scientists were recording various wildlife species with a trail cam when they recorded an incredible moment. Unfortunately, an aggressive woodpecker was drawn to the scene who was definitely not pleased with this new addition to the trunk. It began pecking the camera while staring straight into the lens, and it kept doing so until the camera was totally damaged. Whatever the purpose, it could be pecking to dig a nest hole or simply spotting an insect to eat. I was genuinely curious about the strength of that pointed beak. Lion chewed GoPro. This time, an inquisitive big cat targeted a GoPro instead of a trail cam. The lioness chose to approach and opened her enormous mouth to seize the camera with her strong teeth after ambushing the camera positioned at the rear of a Jeep. Following a successful camera heist, the large feline swiftly fled and was observed sprinting. She stole the camera from her owner and chewed on it with her pointed, sharp teeth in the bushes far away. And all that was visible to us was a close-up of its mouth. But when the lioness realized there was no flesh on that thing, she left it there and moved on. Strange alien sticks. This time, a trail cam caught footage of something entirely unearthly. Not a dogman or a Bigfoot, but a strange white person with missing hands and incomplete facial characteristics that was seen on camera at an unidentified location. It accurately appeared to be walking on its long, odd legs. Then, from a distance, a second monster with the same features appeared and began moving in the same way. Both of the unidentifiable animals bounced past the camera, moving their defective bodies on the strangely elongated legs. Though not much is known about these unidentified walking objects, they reminded me of marching alien sticks that had risen out of nowhere and vanished into the woods. Dog chased a hairy beast. A man took his dog to the lush habitat of the wild with the intention of recording some moments with the wildlife. The camera was set on the collar of the dog, and it unintentionally photographed a giant biped that appeared from one side and went directly in front of the camera while it was wandering through the wooded route. Many people assumed the enormous monster, which was briefly seen, was a bear, although bears don't typically hide. They attack. Upon closer inspection, the black features of a bear also resemble the legendary Bigfoot. Thus, is the Bigfoot or any other hairy beast making its way through there? Guesses, anyone? Wolfman hybrid. Following on the list is some of the strangest footage, which displays a big, hairy creature with some odd traits. Multiple times, an animal head was captured on a bipedal humanoid body. After seeing this video on a trail camera, a group of hunters made the decision to go to the woods in hopes of finding further hints. However, before they could get to the precise spot, they saw another hairy beast tampering with the enormous excavator bucket. Since they were moving, only a brief video of the scene was captured. Despite their efforts to halt and pursue the creature, it swiftly disappeared back into the jungle. They have become sufficiently persuaded of the Wolfman's existence after gathering substantial proof of the enormous black beast. Predator's mouth. The hairy body, the eerie mouth, and the teeth in the shape of a cone. When a man in Pennsylvania placed his trail camera above a little locust tree, he was startled by the bizarre images it took. Despite not being an animal, the camera managed to catch the interior of its mouth. The man initially mistook it for anything else and believed he had caught an enigmatic monster attempting to attack the camera. After viewing the photos repeatedly, he eventually realized that it wasn't an unidentified animal, but rather a fisher, a weasel family member drawn to the camera by the clicking sound it makes when taking images. Resting brute. Here's the hairy beast relaxing in the scorching sun, and here it's meandering through the forest. Strange noises have been heard coming from the state park nearby. The residents decided to install a trail camera to find out who was creating the weird noises, even though they weren't initially aware of the source. They were let down when they saw nothing on the trail cameras. However, just when they had given up on ever apprehending the rowdy neighbor, a hairy ape-like creature was seen lying on the ground by one of the trail cameras. The enormous size of the beast, even in its state of repose, was enough to freeze the people to the bone. Here is the hairy brute resting under the blazing sun, and here it is strolling in the woods. Unknown animal. Well now, that's one spooky critter that was spotted wandering through the forest. The image was captured by a trail camera in the Mexican woods in 2019 and occasionally appears online. The image depicts a spooky creature that, despite his hyena-like features, is significantly different from one due to his hairless body. What then was it? The man made the solo decision to go into the woods in an attempt to get answers. After failing to locate one, it was when he was making his way back that he noticed odd sounds coming from the deep forest. However, ill-prepared to face the terrifying creature, he made the decision to retreat. Lucky squirrel. More than an hour was spent stalking it and waiting for the right moment. Finally, the owl made the decision to go after the squirrel. However, the hungry owl's day was not lucky, since, as it pursued the squirrel through the forest, it was about to subdue it with its sharp claws, and then came the tree, and it struck the bark quite hard. Thus, the squirrel hid beneath the fallen leaves this time, taking advantage, rendering it uncatchable for the owl. Spooked deers. 3 deer running in the opposite way from each other. Many are trying to figure out what might have happened to frighten the deer after seeing this image captured by a trail camera. Although I believe I know the answer to these concerns, from the exact track, another camera caught a partially visible deer facing the opposite direction, because that's where the Bigfoot is, right behind the prickly bushes. It's also possible that the deer have seen the Bigfoot here as well, which would explain why they are so terrified. Christmas Beast. When one family saw something in the woods on Christmas Eve, their day became a nightmare. The Bigfoot was just briefly captured on film when it emerged from the pitch-black jungle and glided around its edge. As a result, it was difficult to trust the video. The dog is seen sprinting in the same direction that the Bigfoot was strolling up to at this point. Fearful yet growling at the creature, the dog practically lost control. And honestly, the video seems pretty legit due to that dog's reaction. And even though this location is different, the camera captured a similar figure strolling along the icy sidewalk. Struck by owls. While exploring Arizona's deep forests, explorers have claimed to have seen a large number of dead birds. They were also able to determine the cause by installing their trail camera. These unfortunate eagles, resting on the tree, had no idea that a predator was waiting for them. When he was initially hidden in the dark woodland, the only way to identify the flying predator was with his bright eyes. Waiting for the right moment to strike, and then taking it, it materializes out of the shadows and accomplishes his intended task, striking the dozing eagle with his powerful claws. With his intensity, it appears nearly impossible for him to stop coming. Where in their defense, the eagles have most likely forgotten to soar, they could see the squirrel taking care of it for them. He made a huge, seemingly airborne leap as soon as he realized he was going to be attacked. However, this is where the owl was seen abruptly appearing on the track and striking the rider in the face. Wood chase. The days of mountain lions avoiding human interaction are long gone, as they are now frequently spotted interacting with hunters, and yes, even pursuing hikers. Like this time, a hiker on the route came with an enraged cougar. Trying to get the cougar to go away, practically pleading with it, the man turned to go back, but was unable to turn around, because that hungry predator would have an open invitation to go after him.
I promise, I'm not going away.
Since it's already waiting for its chance to assault the man. The man did indicate his safe return when he published the video, despite the fact that it ended in the middle of the chase. And here it was, a bear that had been seen pursuing the rider into the woodland. The bear bolted toward the cyclist, appearing out of nowhere among the trees. Even though he was riding quickly, the man was startled by a falling tree. He immediately got to his feet and raced to the right side of the woods, where he was fortunately spared from the assault. Sasquatch hunting. Paul Freeman, who was always on the lookout for Bigfoot in the impenetrable forests, gained notoriety in the late 1990s for presenting the most reliable Bigfoot evidence. And it's one of those unquestionable catches here. Captured in 1994 in Oregon's Blue Mountains, while on a walk in the woods, Paul noticed movement behind one of the trees. He quickly opened his camera and saw the walking bipedal ape. Heart thumping, he continued filming the hirsute beast, terrified by his discoveries. The hairy cryptid was big enough to be seen, even if it was moving slowly. Following analysis, he went on to say that it was a massive beast that stood at least 2 meters tall. Gazelle ditches lion. When it comes to the lion versus any other wild animal, I believe that we are all a little biased toward the king of the jungle. However, this video will totally shift your point of view. A group of explorers was filming a gazelle drinking water in the Serengeti National Park when they noticed a lion coming stealthily in. They also predicted the outcome. Just as the lion was about to seize the gazelle, it surprised it with its incredible speed and leapt over it, heading in a different direction, surprising both the onlookers and the lion. As the gazelle managed to preserve itself, it was undoubtedly a memorable defeat, and the lion was unable to turn around due to his rapid speed. Well, if it was a stall, I must say, gazelles are quite good at it. Cougar defense. Video footage of a mother cougar and her cub, taken in the Mendocino National Forest, opens with them cuddling. However, you are unaware that a grizzly bear is about to spoil this amazing occasion. I must admit, though, that the bear is likewise unaware of the mommy's fighting skills. The mother cougar swiftly covered her kids and moved toward the approaching bear, while keeping an eye on it. The bear struggled fiercely, but was eventually bitten severely on one of its ears, which ultimately turned out to be a cue for the bear to retreat. The grizzly outruns the cougar and retreats back into the jungle, even though it was being followed. Bear chasing bald eagle. This merely serves as evidence of how far a bear will go to obtain its meal. A family was fishing in northern Saskatchewan when they noticed an eagle's nest perched atop a towering tree. The scene was captured in a Canadian forest. However, a bear charged the tree and began attempting to scale it shortly after a few minutes had passed. The bear was carrying a big load and was having trouble climbing the tree, but the family said that despite falling multiple times, he never gave up. And at last, reaching up there, it is seen fighting and outlasting the parents, even at such a height, and coming back down, holding the eaglet in its teeth. Kansas skunk ape. Numerous tales of the Kansas City skunk ape that was frequently discovered in the woods are making the rounds on social media, but this one was above them all. While strolling her dog through the jungle, a woman noticed a massive, hairy creature ambling through the trees. The beast was likely 6 feet tall, with dense hair covering its face, making it nearly impossible to see. What do you guys think this anonymous being was? Despite the fact that many think it's a Sasquatch that was photographed, some people are skeptical about it, and viewers find it difficult to accept that the creature in the film is genuinely a Bigfoot, rather than a costumed human, because it's a little grainy. Grizzly bear attack caribou. This time, it's a caribou. Grizzlies are no doubt the most determined animals when it comes to feeding their empty gizzards. And coming up with different strategies, they really don't give their opponents a chance to strike back. Drinking water from the stream, the caribou found itself standing in the face of death as a bear was aiming at it, striking with its massive antlers and running off to the other side. Just when the caribou thought it had outrun the bear, there it was again, standing behind the poor animal. And this time, when the caribou tried to scare the bear off with its antlers, it grabbed it from there, and, well, don't we all know what happened next? Climbing coyote. One thing is certain. If it results in the wild creatures stuffing their stomachs, they won't think twice about doing anything. Because, well, How often do you see a coyote up a tree? Elka, a Pine Lake resident, took a picture of the coyote eating berries while perched on a tree branch. After initially consuming them from the ground, when it was unable to reach the delicious berries, it made the decision to ascend. Coyotes are thought to be able to climb up to 18 meters. Thus, even if it appears common, they are rarely spotted doing so. Bear and hunters. Perched on a hunting stand, the hunter believed he was hidden from the wild creatures. However, he was proved wrong as a bear approached to say hello. After spotting it perched atop, it swiftly scales the tree and confronts the hunter. The bear investigated the tree, and the man also dropped to the ground. Remarkably composed, the hunter captured the entire event on camera. When these two charged on the top of the tree, those hunters were shivering, even if the preceding one had been a little calmer. Fortunately, they returned after sniffing one of them and losing interest immediately. Buck attacks trail cam. They look like they're ready for a battle when they appear on camera. The deer bolted toward the camera after buckling up and standing in front of it. When you hit it a bit lightly at first, it returns quite fiercely this time and then comes back. The deer genuinely glared at the camera, not only missing this time. He then attempts to destroy it while working on its backup plan. After a package of destruction, the bear returned to the jungle. The owner of the camera was taken aback by its peculiar behavior, which had no apparent explanation. Croc hunts wild boar. A visual representation that conveys the feeling of being stuck between a rock and a hard place. Standing in the water because of the wild dogs waiting for it in the dry land, this wild boar has no idea that it has unintentionally invited another dangerous predator. A crocodile hiding in the water stalked the boar while it considered how to get rid of the hounds. It then leaped at the boar, clutched it, and threw it back into the water as soon as it noticed the approaching predator. Their expressions show that, despite their grief at losing their capture, the dogs are also grateful that it was not one of them. Werewolf encounter. The widespread belief is that werewolves typically surfaced at a full moon. Although, however, a man claimed to have had a near brush with a werewolf on a pitch-black night 3 years prior in Brazil. When the horrifying beast came out of the shadowy jungle, it was observed cowering behind a wooden structure. But as soon as it realized it was being observed, it leapt out and tried to harm the man who was filming it. Fortunately, though, the man was able to flee, and all he saw was a glimpse of the werewolf attempting to intrude into his one and only backyard. Bear inspecting trail cam. Are you still under the impression that the only creatures that venture outside at night to investigate are the mythical ones? We have a really weird video that shows a creature with thick, hairy limbs attempting to seize control of a trail camera. The enormous, inquisitive bear attempted to take hold of the camera with its teeth after utilizing its enormous hands to take it out. A bear's powerful teeth can typically completely destroy a camera. However, when this footage abruptly stops, what could have happened to the camera is unknown to me. Can someone further enlighten me? The Catalonian Fallen Angel. Have you ever seen something so eerie and bony that it made you reconsider going out at night? Meet the terrifying cryptid known as the Catalonian Fallen Angel, which was seen on camera in Spain. We're not sure if it's a real demon or simply a crazy person. That glaring eye and the lightning-fast movement, though, would make anyone want to flee for the hills. Some people even assert that it has wings remaining on its back. Whether or not this is a fallen angel, it's truly an unsettling creature. Clever monkeys. This trail camera footage shows a group of inquisitive monkeys. They approach the camera and look at it curiously at the start of the film, demonstrating their curiosity. A courageous monkey even ventures closer to examine the enigmatic contraption in further detail. But what at first glance appeared to be a harmless curiosity quickly takes an unexpected turn. The monkeys eventually show their real colors after engaging in some lighthearted conversation. They had been plotting to take the camera all along. It's clear that these primates are up to no good as soon as the camera moves. Their cleverness and resourcefulness are astounding us with their naughty conduct, demonstrating once more the wonders and secrets of the natural world. Mysterious encounter down under. 3 friends can be seen jokingly posing for a picture at 4:38 in this North Australian video, completely oblivious to the strange event taking place behind them. Rather than taking a picture, the camera bearer captures a remarkable moment in time. Something that defies description appears behind them and makes them feel extremely afraid. Slowing down the video allows us to get a better look at this mysterious creature, which has an odd mix of human and canine features. Its elongated limbs are humanoid in appearance, although they are strangely thin. The creature, clad in blackness, moves on all fours, displaying an unsettling agility. This incredible experience serves as a reminder of the mysteries that lie beyond our knowledge, even though its true identity is yet unknown. Mysterious highway encounter. Picture yourself driving down a busy highway, going about your business, when you see something strange happen. A driver is left completely perplexed when they see an unexpected scene on their camera. A van comes up from the other side as they round a bend. Observe carefully as a man appears out of nowhere on the road, appearing to be falling. There's no chance of his falling out of the car because the doors never open. Rumors are rife. Did he really have remarkable powers, or did a gateway arise and send him along the road? We're left wondering about the unexplainable since we don't know the man's identity or the whole tale. Mysterious glitch in reality. In this strange video that went viral on social media, a man is shown naively going down a set of stairs without any idea what terrifying things are going to happen to him. Something very unsettling occurs when he goes onto the pavement. Out of nowhere, he trips over a woman's lifeless body that's lying on the ground. Twice the video is replayed, once in slow motion and again featuring a close-up of the enigmatic, unmoving figure. Such unexplainable occurrences are frequently referred to as a glitch in the matrix, where reality appears to briefly distort beyond comprehension. Viewers are perplexed by the woman's abrupt entrance and uncannily lifeless state. So what are your thoughts? After seeing the film, share your comments with us about this enigmatic and bewildering mystery. A figure in the wilderness. Imagine watching your trail cam footage and coming across this strange sight. Likely, you would consider one of 2 options. Initially, there was a scarecrow that had unexplainably fallen from its pole, possibly to go see the magician. Alternatively, you could have a sense of being lost in a forested rendition of Elm Street. A human-looking figure with an odd helmet rushing across the woods makes no sense at all. It's enough to send shivers down anyone's spine and leave you wondering what in the world, or beyond it, you just saw. At times, the natural world can genuinely astonish us with mysterious and unsettling experiences, leaving us with more questions than answers. Cryptid in woods. This man is unaware that a scary beast is about to destroy his plans to explore the woods early in the morning. After setting up camp in the forest and choosing to go around the trails, the man noticed an odd cryptid behind one of the trees in the footage he was filming. He was heard inquiring if that was a cow approaching, possibly perceiving it was a wild animal. However, the odd-looking, whitish thing approached the man before he could identify it, leaving him with nearly little time to rescue himself. However, the man scrambled to get away from the menacing stalker. And furthermore, since the video finishes abruptly, it is unclear what happened next. Stalking a Bigfoot. This time, a man rather than the Bigfoot made the decision to follow it. As he entered the woodland in the snow, the man was certain he would find what he was looking for. Not so simple, however, after spending several hours strolling through the woods. The man saw this thing. The hirsute person, either unaware of him or choosing to ignore him, was observed strolling around, unfazed by the man. This time, he grabbed the beast from a slightly closer perspective, since he was not content with the distance he had previously used. Just take a look at the Sasquatch's lofty height and bushy torso. The analysts saw that the beast was at least 1.7 meters tall, and could have easily finished the victim if he had wanted to after reviewing the footage, but luckily it did not. Sasquatch on stroll. The man was hiking through the Maine woods in the morning, not realizing he had a buddy with him, creating a video blog and discussing the trails of the deep woods and the wildlife that may be found there. Just before the guy moved his camera, the supposed Sasquatch was seen standing motionless next to a large tree, presumably hiding from the man or pursuing him. Throughout the entire time the camera was focused on it, that Yeti remained still. However, the man only got a glimpse of the terrifying figure, since he failed to recognize it immediately. Snowy Bigfoot. A group of adventurers saw this strange bipedal creature strolling down the mountain as they were standing in the middle of nowhere. Its enormous torso was completely covered in dense black hair. Examiners found that it would be impossible for a human to walk on the snow slope without any obvious assistance, despite some witnesses claiming it was just another hiker on the mountain. The people were astounded that it traveled such a great distance in a short period of time, especially considering how difficult it is for an individual to walk at such a high speed in the snow at the moment the camera captured the wide panorama. Horned animal. The creature was discovered in Colombia by a farmer who was searching the area for bees after it had crept out of a spiky bush. The animal's unusual appearance was enhanced by its two horns over its head and its black color. It was sitting beneath a power pole and was staring straight at the cameraman, giving off the impression that it would attack at any second. However, the man was so afraid of the unsettling cryptid that he dared not approach it. After a few minutes outside, that horned beast vanished behind some bushes and was never seen again. Unicorn elk. This unicorn is not exactly like others, but it gained notoriety due to a deformity in the antler directly above the nose. Thus, it became the elk family's unicorn. Taken in Tampico, a tiny town close to Illinois, this deer had an unusual appearance when it first appeared on the trail camera. While other onlookers thought it was an alien species because it was so unusual, researchers explained that, despite being unusual, this phenomenon is caused by a genetic mutation, or occasionally an injury sustained during the antler growth process. Witch in dark. A farmer installed a trail camera to record what happens there after midnight after hearing odd noises for a few evenings in a row. At first, nothing was captured, but when the man had started giving up hope, an unsettling figure started to appear from the screen. The monster had luminous eyes and an alien-like visage, giving it the appearance of a witch. The people were in disbelief since they had never seen a creature like this before, because they could not see the remainder of the body in the dark forest. What was it then? An extraterrestrial? A sorceress? Tell me what you guys think, please. Road crossing Yeti. Driving down a road encircled by a dark forest, a man was forced to apply the brakes quickly. How come? Well, the answer is that strange thing that's sitting in the middle of the road. Upon catching sight of it from a distance, the man initially believed it to be a man in need of assistance. However, he stopped his car there, and as he was ready to get out, the cryptid began to crawl away from the road and into the bushes. The crawler's eerie characteristics are enough to frighten anyone, even if they are a little fuzzy. And since it was posted in 2021, the authorities have not disclosed anything regarding its genuine identity. What then was it? Tell me what you think. Skinwalker. This pale creature, who appeared to be elderly, was observed strolling around Kentucky in 2022. Inspiring paranormal buffs, this video went viral right away. The video's unsettling atmosphere is enhanced by the alien-looking humanoid monster that is seen strolling down an abandoned street. It also appears to be a little slumped over. The creature appears to be lurking from somewhere and has a faceless body. Is it a ghost captured on camera, or might it really be an alien hiding from humans? While many people accept the visuals that have been supplied, some people reject the hypothesis and contest the veracity of the film, arguing that it might actually be a human being walking strangely. So, whose side are you on? Let me know. Lion attack. Wild creatures are one thing that people are always afraid to come across when they venture into the woods. Nobody can ensure a safe return if that wild animal turns out to be a lion. When these guys were heading inside their tents for the night, one such incident occurred. When two unexpected guests showed up in front of their tents, they began attacking anything that stood in their way. The lions appeared to be searching inside for prey, mostly out of curiosity and rage. One of them, the reportedly more hungry lion, noticed the man hiding in the tent and began tearing it apart with its powerful claws. Lingering for a while, unsure if he would catch his intended victim, finally the lions both depart, but with a scary memory for those campers to always remember. Ancient creature. In 2018, a strange-looking creature was discovered in a tiny Russian village. The farmer was walking home from a busy day when he noticed this freaky head emerging from the ground. He was captured on camera in a cornfield. He discovered the entire thing after going a little further. And it was much stranger than before. It resembled an undiscovered prehistoric species that had been discovered buried, thanks to its strange eyes and even stranger torso. And despite the fact that the scientists examined it right away, nothing has come to light. This gave it an even more ominous appearance. Rake caught in dark. The man who lived close to the woods decided to investigate after hearing unusual noises emanating from somewhere deep within the forest. Following his friend, they spent nearly an hour searching the dense forests without finding anything. They made the decision to go back. However, they began to hear the grunting sound once more as they were returning. And as soon as they turned their cameras to the other side, they saw a frightening thing that resembled an alien sitting next to a tree. When the cryptid realized it had been captured, it turned to face the boys and glared at them with its terrifying glowing eyes. They were eventually forced to flee back to their house. Spooked deer. Captured in North Carolina, a deer could be seen grazing on the ground. However, it stops abruptly there and looks about as though something has startled it. Not seeing anything, just as the deer keeps on, it notices something once again, and a bit larger this time around. Just take a peek at how it frightfully dashes to the other side and turns back. What then might it be? Something like a demon? An untamed animal? However, why wasn't it captured by the camera if it was an animal? So, what was it actually? Bipedal deer. A woman was taken aback to witness the peculiar behavior of a herd of deer that had wandered up to her house as she was filming them. Everything was going along normally until all of a sudden there was a wave of unease among the herd, and some of them fled, leaving the others behind, until one of them chose to rear up on its back legs in order to display the object's hidden power. Frightening the women and the other deer, none of them had ever witnessed this action in such a way. When people began referring to it as a shape-shifting alien, researchers discovered nothing remarkable. Surprisingly though, deer frequently use this tactic to scare and subdue their opponents. Ghost on tree. The hazy apparition with glowing eyes was photographed in Brazil and gave the onlookers a spooky feeling. A humanoid entity perched atop the tree appears a little perplexed as people point at it. However, because it resembles an extraterrestrial, the fact that it was just as afraid of the humans as they were of it raises suspicions. it is challenging to understand what these individuals are genuinely attempting to accomplish, because they are communicating in a foreign tongue. It's evident that despite their fear of its peculiar appearance, they are attempting to somehow capture it. However, it vanished abruptly out of nowhere, leaving the onlookers in disbelief, since they were unable to determine what it was. Tired moose. Animals seem to have a habit of becoming caught in the most unlikely locations. This time, a moose became lodged in a tire swing. A man was astonished to see the moose outside the house during the day because it was severely trapped. And then, at first, attempting to save it with a large stick. The moose was already scared, so it proved to be of little assistance. In order to try to save the tree by sitting on the stump, the man had to climb the tree. Even so, it was not simple. For once, though, it worked. And then watch the moose return without hindrance. And here's another moose who was spotted crossing the road, trapped in a mesh tree swing. Sasquatch shadow. It appears here for a split second before disappearing. What may this flashing object be that was captured on camera? Many people thought the animal captured on camera was a mountain lion or possibly a bear. But when the footage was shown to the investigators, they discovered that the animal was actually a baby Sasquatch. This is due to the animal's incredible speed and the plausible head that appears on the camera, indicating that it's a bipedal animal. A second identical creature was seen on video, most likely excavating on the forest's ground. It appears to have limbs and legs similar to the rumored Bigfoot. So, is that video footage of a Bigfoot? Or do you have a better explanation? Tell me, please. Biped wolf. Driving close to a forest after midnight, the motorist had to apply the brakes right away after seeing something strange. No, it wasn't a Yeti, but rather a wolf ambling on its hind legs. He was already terrified of the stories of the Bigfoot. But hold on a second. Is that a wolf, really? Its slender limbs, peculiar feet, and hardly noticeable ears don't really give it a dog-like appearance. However, it does possess the wolf's fuzzy-like skin. Is that a wolf or some other kind of animal? Tell me what you think of the odd wolf photo. Intruder alert. When the camera was recording the bald eagle's nest, something unsettling happened. Initially, the mother eagle is observed tending to the eggs and then taking a brief flight away from the nest. Upon her return, another eagle joins the nest. Even though the female recognizes the predator's plan, she waits for the initial move while sitting on the eggs. However, it continues to vocally warn the eagle. Not one to go away empty-handed, the male eagle steps forward a little. He was going to charge the one who was seated when she sprung directly in front of him, knocking him from the tree. She then checks the area to make sure her eggs are secure. Coyote and deer. There was a wounded deer visible in front of the trail camera. Two tiny but ferociously hungry coyotes are standing behind it, waiting for the buck to faint so they can get to the meat. Even though the buck is awake, it appears as though it has given up on life because it does not defend itself from the coyotes that are getting closer. However, the coyotes don't always come out on top in the end, just like this. The mother deer appears to be in front of the camera, gathers her two fawns, and leaves the woodland after realizing that a brush wolf has been pursuing her young. And then, a little while later, the mother deer was spotted once more, sprinting after the coyote and narrowly missing it by a few inches. She was later observed circling around a bushy tree in an attempt to capture the fleeing coyote. She was unable to do so, but she managed to save her young from the predators. Hyena chases wildebeest. The coyote surprised the people by capturing the herd of wildebeest during the safari that came rushing towards them. One of them is visible breaking away from the herd, even though the others adhered to the directive to stick to the herd. and seizing the opportunity, the predator began pursuing it, even though it had moved a short distance and the coyote was still having difficulty catching up with it. After a while of running and chasing each other, they were both observed once more, but this time the wild beast was seen fighting the predator. But after growing weary of the chase, the beast eventually met his demise.